One of the crown jewels, $40,000 up for grabs. Billy Moyer's won it 3 times. Scott Bloomquist has won it 5 times. But Brian Birkhofer, who's fresh off of a win at the Diamond Nationals at Wheatland, well, he's never won it. But Earl Pearson Jr., the 4-time champ, is in the house, along with the best in the business. And they're all going to battle next at the 17th Annual Show Me 100. This will be a big one here tonight. Stop 13 for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Touring Division, and the fans have packed the stands. They know that the best will come out here and battle hard for this one. Everybody would love to put this one up on the mantle. Of course, the drivers out here signing autographs, getting up close and personal. Scott Bloomquist has already won this event 5 times. It is called the Show Me 100. It's the 17th running of it, presented by Dart. We're at West Plains Motor Speedway in West Plains, Missouri. This is an awesome race. Ken Stout, Rob Klepper, and Randy LaJoy calling all the action for you. And Rob, man, this is one they want to win.
Well, they certainly want to win this big event, but it's also the first time the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has sanctioned this race. So a lot of firsts here tonight at West Plains.
Let's get it down to Randy LaJoy, who's with Scott.
Okay, Scott, you're going for number 6 here. You just had a little inside scoop on the right front tire. What'd you do?
Well, that actually is the right rear tire. We run covers over the wheels, and looks like this track's going to rubber up. We might get a lot of heat in the right rear tire, so we took it off just to get some air in there.
Okay, now you got a kind of a teammate on the inside of you. Are you going to do any team orders? You're going to cut him some slack?
When the green flag drops, there ain't no friends, there ain't no teammates, there ain't nothing, But I race everybody the same, so we're gonna have an interesting start, and I know we both want to take the lead, and we got a number of good cars here behind us, so it's gonna be an interesting race. I think traffic's really gonna be where it's made.
There you go, Scott Bloomquist starting on the outside pole.
All right, here's a look at the guys that have won multiple events here at the Show Me 100. Of course, Bloomquist, nearly 500 feature wins. Moyer, some 700 feature wins.
Yeah, only Wendell, Wallace, and Scott Bloomquist have made all previous 16 features. Moyer, of course, has made 13. As we look at this guy, Brian Birkhofer, coming off a big win about 2 weeks ago at the Super Clean Diamond Nationals.
Yeah, and Berkey's had some great success inside of this series, and no doubt will be tough here tonight, but he'll have some great competition along the way. Brian Birkhofer does have that momentum going. It means a lot.
Yeah, when you win a big event like the Diamond Nationals, $30,000 on the line, we can win 40 here tonight, so he could see a good payday, but you can see him down in victory lane. Very happy to be down there at Wheatland with Forrest Lucas.
Okay, Berkey, starting 5th. How long is it going to take you to get to the front? You got 100 to go, right?
I hope I lead the 100th lap. That's the only one you get paid on. But I don't know. There's some tough customers up there, and we'll get to lap traffic and see who can maneuver the best, really. That's what's going to come down to. Hopefully I don't rubber too early. Everybody's kind of as a crapshoot right now, so just go have some fun, enjoy racing here.
There you go. Berkey's looking for lap traffic to make a difference here tonight, guys.
And when we take a look at this West Plains Motor Speedway, an awesome race facility, 80 acres total, 3/8 mile red clay, semi-banked, a lot of racing service out there. And Randy LaJoy, we could have some problems if it rubbers up.
Okay, guys, we heard everything with these guys talking about the racetrack taking on rubber. What's going to happen is if this thing takes on rubber, the racetrack's going to get very narrow. Everybody's going to keep their right rear tire very low, left front tire in the moisture. Got to watch out for this racetrack tonight. Guys in the back can dictate that. If they start looking around to keep it from rubbering up, we're going to have a great show tonight.
Take a look at the cashish that's available here tonight, baby. Show me the money! Woo! $132,000, baby. $40,000 to the winner, $20,000 second place, $10,000 third place. Somebody's buying dinner tonight, man. That's the way it goes. Stay with us when we come back. It is going to be the start of the A-Main. 25 of the best ready to do battle.
Want better engine performance? Want better gas mileage? Do you want to save money? Try Lucas Fuel Treatment. It cleans your engine as you drive. It helps your fuel burn more thoroughly for increased performance and mileage. It also lubricates the upper cylinders. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
During During National Football Month, Papa John's wants you to watch the season's best games with a better pizza.
Papa's in the house.
Y'all watching the game? Good. Come on in.
Get 2 large one-topping pizzas for just $16.99 during National Football Month. Made with fresh dough, all-natural sauce, and 100% real cheese.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. It's going to be a pretty good pet. Down, boy. All right, we're home.
The world's greatest collector car event returns to Speed. Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. Live coverage begins January 19th, exclusively on Speed.
We live in a dirty, greasy, grimy world. Not for long. Super clean. Not just clean, super clean.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs with Diamond Fire Technology. R&L Carriers, one call, one carrier. And by Super Clean. Not just clean, super clean. Those fireworks are just to get things going. Imagine what they're going to be like at the end. This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We're at West Plains, Missouri for the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. The fireworks going off, and that's just the beginning of the show as they go 4 wide out here. A salute to the fans. Always looks very impressive. This track looks like an asphalt track out here. It is smooth.
Yeah, very slick, very smooth as they salute the fans for coming out here tonight. And man, those pyro guys must love their job. A lot of fireworks shooting up here at West Plains Motor Speedway, but a lot of drivers here tonight as we take a look at the super clean Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings. Hasn't won yet this year, but Scott Bloomquist out in front, a big lead over Billy Moyer.
Yeah, Dale McDowell making a nice move from 4th up to 3rd as he won the previous event. His first win with the series since 06. Jimmy Owens on the pole was quick qualifier. No invert here. Scott Bloomquist on the outside of row 1.
Yeah, we see Jeremy Payne and Jimmy Mars in row 2. Brian Birkhofer, a big winner at the Super Clean Diamond Nats. We talked about that. He'll start inside row number 3.
Row number 4 is Steve Casebolt. Of course, we saw Wendell Wallace's name mentioned before. Previous winner here knows his way around. Don O'Neill in row 5, Chris Madden, and Brad Neat. Always tough alongside Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer.
Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer Ray Cook inside row number 7 alongside Terry Phillips. You see Jeep Van Warmer, another driver chasing Rookie of the Year honors outside of row number 8 alongside Knoxville Late Model champion Brian Shirley.
In row 9, it'll be 2 Lucas Oil Late Model regulars, Scott James and Dan Schleber. Then we go back to Earl Pearson Jr., of course, the 4-time champ of the series. Dale McDowell, he's talked about him with a previous win. Darrell Lanigan, always tough, next to Chris Wall, Eric Jacobson, and Josh McGuire. Then we'll wind it up with David Brazil, who's also running for Rookie of the Year honors. All right, we're also going to take you on board out here tonight. We'll start off with K&N's onboard camera on Jimmy Owens.
We'll go back to Dan Schleber starting in 17th spot, courtesy of Dart. Nice shot on the Wild Man from Wisconsin.
Then the E3 Spark Plugs on Scott Bloomquist, looking out of the back of his car, starting 2nd.
And of course, General Tire bringing us the onboard shot right out the left side of the C9, Steve Casebolt.
Green flag flies. It's the Lucas Oil start of the race. Woo, baby! Jimmy Owens slides her up there right in front of Bloomquist, takes over the early lead. Bloomquist dives back down to the bottom to see if he can get a run on him.
And big trouble through turns 1 and 2. 5 cars coming to a stop. It looks like Jeep Van Warmer there in the 55. We see Eric Jacobson in the 5, Chris Wall in the 71W.
That, of course, will bring out the caution flag. We'll see how many of them are terminal here. tough break. Looks like the 17M of Dale McDowell trying to get unhooked with Chris Wall there. Let's see if we can find out what went wrong.
And we're on board with Steve Casebolt. Looking back, we see the 75P. That is Terry Phillips out of Springfield, Missouri. Spins around, and we could see that a lot here tonight. The track is very slick, very smooth.
We'll have to get Van Warmer off the top of the 75 car. That, of course, will take a couple of moments. In the meantime, we will take a break. Don't you go anywhere. We'll get the Show Me 100 started when we come back.
It's a car-crushing, high-flying extravaganza on speed. Get live Monster Jam and Supercross back-to-back live next Saturday. It's Monster Jam at 7 p.m. Eastern and Monster Energy AMA Supercross at 10 Eastern, only on Speed.
Speed in HD. Taking your senses into the center of the action.
Fact, it's got more beef than a fried McDonald's double cheeseburger. We think it's got more taste too, but that's more like an opinion. The quarter-pound double cheeseburger, bigger than McDonald's and now just $1, only at Burger King.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with Magic Jack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. Replace your phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack.
During National Football Month, Papa John's wants you to watch the season's best games with a better pizza.
Papa's in the house.
Y'all watching the game? Good. Come on in.
Get 2 large one-topping pizzas for just $16.99 during National Football Month. Made with fresh dough, all-natural sauce, and 100% real cheese.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. This is going to be a pretty good pet. Atta boy, all right, we're home.
I'm a mommy. I love kids. I'm responsible, loving, nurturing. No, don't touch that. Stop. Being a parent's a lot of work.
You don't have to be perfect
Where's mommy?
to be a perfect parent.
Here I am. No, stop.
Welcome back to West Plains, Missouri for the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and we didn't even get one lap in before we had mayhem. 5 cars wadded up over there in turns 3 and 4, but we've got them lined back up. We'll try this one more time.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens' quick time. Now, they practiced on Thursday night. We qualified and ran heat races last night. And, of course, semis and the feature here tonight. Owens starting on the pole alongside his arch nemesis, you might want to say, the Zero Bloomquist, back underway.
6 heat races, a dash for cash, B mains. They have been busy. Again, Jimmy Owens will get the early lead. Bloomquist dives back down underneath him, almost identical to what we saw in the original start.
See Jimmy Mars in that blue and white number 28 car trying to get to the outside of Birkhofer. That is for a 3rd spot as Jimmy Owens continues to lead, looking for his first win here in 2009 with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Of course, both of those cars, Bloomquist chassis, would understandably be number 1 and number 2. I'm sure they're sharing information. On board with Steve Casebolt, former Rookie of the Year with this series, courtesy of General Tire here. Definitely a different shot there, but when they go through the turns, it's lined up perfectly to look at the people back behind him.
Again, that is Jimmy Mars, the battle for 3rd, the blue and white number 28M, alongside, I guess I'd say in front of Brian Birkhofer in the 15B.
And Jimmy Mars, a heat winner from earlier tonight. All these guys, as we mentioned before, have been very busy. Jimmy Owens also a heat winner, and Jeremy Payne. Brian Birkhofer a winner, Scott Bloomquist. So everybody having a pretty good start here to get up there in the front of this pack.
Jeremy Payne in that 74, the black and white 74, and Brandon Kinzer with the Z for you sprint car fans. They're in that 18 car as those guys battle for 7th spot. We talked about this racetrack being very slick and very smooth. If it does lay rubber and these cars are a little tight, we're going to start seeing guys push left and right. Back to that battle for 9th, the Wendell Wallace in the 88 trying to get around the outside.
When you mentioned Brandon Kinzer, he did win his heat race as well, and just in front of one Mr. Billy Moyer. That's a pretty good effort on any occasion. Ray Cook with a 53 car. Had such a great start just 1 week ago. And, of course, at Paducah, first time we had been there with this series, a 48th different track. But Ray Cook, unfortunately, falling to the back eventually before it was all said and done.
They get on board with Steve Casebolt, the C9, courtesy of General Tire. And that would be just behind Casebolt, or just to his left, looking back out over the left rear. Jeep Van Wormer right behind him in the 55.
And a lot of these guys are just going to bide their time. I'm sure the tire that they have on here is a hard compound and make it all 100 laps. So they'll let things come in, find out what this track is going to do, try to maintain a position, maybe pick up one or two before they get to the back half of this race. And, you know, something we always talk about as well is fuel cells. Keep in mind, these guys have to carry a lot of fuel, a big load here at the beginning of these races to make it 100 laps.
Don O'Neill, the real deal in that yellow and red number 71. Right behind him, that is the 18K. They call him BK around here, Brandon Kinzer. And it looks like caution is out. Brian Shirley slows on the racetrack.
Brian Shirley, always a tough competitor there in the 3 car. Call him the squirrel. There is your General Tire top 5. The O-Show leading them around. When we come back, we'll pick up the action one more time. We've got a lot of great racing action coming your way. Just got warmed up.
The Barrett-Jackson Haggerty Fantasy Bid, live from Scottsdale. See the greatest cars and bid on SpeedTV.com or on your cell phone for a chance to win the grand prize, the home entertainment system. The bidding begins January 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern on Speed.
Did you know today's engine technology requires a more consistent oil pressure for maximum performance? Lucas Pure Synthetic Oil Stabilizer is a brand new product designed to stand up to high RPMs and temperatures of today's new car engines. Raise and stabilize oil pressure for smoother idling and improved performance. Reduce engine noise and provide maximum protection. Lucas Pure Synthetic Oil Stabilizer. Light enough for an import, tough enough for a semi.
There's nothing like a family get-together during the holidays. Good food, fun, and a little sibling rivalry. Introducing the Cadillac Season's Best event. See your Cadillac dealer for attractive offers. From our family to yours, Season's Best from Cadillac.
We're having a great time here at West Plains Motor Speedway with the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. Bringing them back around, it is Jimmy Owens in the 20 car, the O-Show, the Newport Nightmare. Right behind him, the man that built the car, Scott Bloomquist, but here comes the 28 of Jimmy Mars.
Yeah, the Iceman ran second at this track 1 year ago in this big event as we go on board with Bloomer. Courtesy E3 looking out the back. Jimmy Owens out in front, and it looked like Jimmy Mars got by Bloomquist, take over second.
Yeah, he's getting some pretty good bite there off the bottom of this track right now. Is able to pull up, and yeah, he gets clear running room. We'll see if he has anything for Jimmy Owens.
You can see Brian Birkhofer right there in that 4th position, and it looks like we are yellow on the racetrack. Caution is out one more time. I believe a handful of cars coming to a stop on the racetrack. Yep, looks like Brian Shirley and the 3S, Eric Jacobson in the 5, and Chris Wall in the 71W.
So Shirley having a tough go of it here in the beginning of this event. Can't seem to stay out of the wreck. Chris Wall hoping he can get that thing turned back around. Hey, the next time we see you, it'll be the Clash at the Magnolia Motor Speedway, a 50-lap main event. Always a barn burner. We'll have a great time there from Columbus, Mississippi. Hope you join us. There is your General Tire top 5. Yeah, we've got 10 in the books, but we've got 90 more to go. Stay with us. Jimmy Owens trying to beat them all. Big money up for grabs here at the Show Me 100, $40,000 to the winner. But you got to be pointed in the right direction.
Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson live coverage begins January 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed.
I've driven a lot of different cars, but two things never change. No one demands more from their car than me, and nothing protects under the hood better than Pete.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze is formulated with an advanced organic technology to protect any engine of any make, any model, anytime. If you can drive it, Peak can protect it.
And when I drive it, it better perform.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze.
When you peak, you win.
It's amazing how a simple switch can make life a whole lot better. Try this. Like switching to Esurance. With our Switch and Save discount, just switch from your current car insurance carrier and you'll automatically get a discount.
Thanks, lady.
Esurance is the only insurance company that offers the Switch and Save discount. And that's on top of all the other great Esurance discounts. Once you shop at Esurance, we think you'll find that switching is a good thing. The Switch and Save discount, only from Esurance. Click or call today.
I don't know why anyone would want me dead.
Guess we'll find out, won't we?
There's no one in the world better qualified in personal security and threat assessment.
I work with a cover. Let you appear vulnerable so the threat reveals itself and then eliminate the threat.
What are you afraid of? Dying? Not gonna happen. Come on, it'll be fun.
Human Target, a new series coming this month on Fox.
Geico Power Sports. We feel your passion.
They're lined up here at West Plains, Missouri. It is the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. Jimmy Owens trying to hang on one more time, but keep your eyes on that white number 28. Jimmy Mars has been coming in right up beside Owens.
On board with Owens, courtesy of K&N. He is your leader. Mars runs in second. Now Berkey trying that low line on Bloomquist. He'll get it done. Brian Birkhofer takes over third, now trying for a second underneath Mars.
He made it look easy. Let's go back to this, man. Mars right up beside him, leans on him just a little bit, and then gives him plenty of racing room. That's what it's all about. In the meantime, Birkhofer right underneath Bloomquist, made it look easy, and now is coming after Mars.
Yeah, Brian Birkhofer running that low line pretty darn good right now as he battles for second. Jimmy Mars up in no man's land. If we get the rubber laid down from top to bottom, I mean, that means everybody's going to be fast. But right now, it looks like the low line is the place to be, though. Jimmy Owens running right through the middle out in front.
Of course, you can also see there's really no straightaway for these guys whatsoever. They're constantly turning these cars, trying to get these things aimed down what you would think would be a straightaway, but as you can see, it's an arc the entire time.
Well, I mentioned Mars ran second in this race last year. The guy he's trying to pass, Brian Birkhofer, ran third. Right now, they're running second, third, trying to chase down Jimmy Owens, but some great side-by-side battle for that second spot.
And again, this track, all but an asphalt track. I mean, it is black, shiny, and about as flat as you can find a dirt track. This thing looks sweet right now. Great racing action. You see a high groove, a low groove. Looks like both of them working out pretty well. The 44 car right there, it's the 44M of Chris Madden. Jeremy Payne on the outside.
Yeah, Chris Madden from Great Court, South Carolina, known as Smokey, celebrating his birthday today. I was told 30-something years old today.
That means it wasn't 31, by the way. So, and they'll switch positions, so he'll get on the outside. No, he says, you know what? I really don't want to go up there. I think I'm going to stay right down here. The good on board of Jimmy Owens looking back at Berkey, who's putting the pressure on. Boy, just barely easing into that throttle. Apparently able to blow the rear tires off of this thing at any time.
And now he has to worry about Berkey working that low line. Brian Birkhofer won $30,000 a few weeks ago at the Super Clean Diamond Nationals, trying to add 40.
Oh, man. Berkey pulling right up beside him. He's getting some pretty good grip out of here, and Berkey picking his way up here to the front is going to take the point right here.
Well, Randy LaJoie told us earlier, some of these guys that try and stay out of the rubble will run as low as they can, and Berkey's got the left rear trying to get some drive off the corners, the right rear sliding around in the hot spot part of the racetrack. If the rubber gets laid down, he's going to move up and grab it, but right now pulling away from Jimmy Owens.
Looks like he picked the right setup at least early on. You know, how many times have we seen it, though? These guys have come out in these long races, be really good at the beginning, but at the back, not so good. On board with Dan Schliever, the wild man from Wisconsin, back in the pack. 24th out of 25 cars. And you can be running right with those leaders when it comes to lap times and not make up a whole lot of ground as we take a look at the 44 car. That one, of course, is Earl Pearson Jr.
Yeah, Jeremy Payne there in that 74 ran 16th in this race last year out of Tucson, Arizona.
A track like this, you can really watch Earl Pearson shine as well. I mean, he knows how to put that thing right on the very bottom. There's a lot of grip down there for him, man.
Yeah, he's playing chicken with the tractor tires, and he usually wins that battle. Sometimes he's running so low, the photographers have to jump out of the way.
Well, he hasn't made the pass yet. I mean, we're talking good about him, but so far has not been able to get around Jeremy in the 74 car.
Yeah, Jeremy Payne does have a win here in a modified at West Plains Motor Speedway back in 2007. Of course, teammate to the number 75P of Terry Phillips here in 2009.
Berkey dealing with lap traffic will keep it buried right there on the bottom of the track. Gutter rat.
Yeah, puts a lap on David Brazil, the Raging Rebel, there in that 54 car. And when you get hooked up at a track like this and you have a fast car, especially around the bottom line, you can just click off laps and get by the slower cars all night long. And right now, Berkey getting it done as we go back to that battle for the second spot. Jimmy Mars in the 28M on the low line, and the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens in the 20.
Now, you said it before, too, and also on a racetrack like this, where there's so much room to deal with the lap traffic, they're kind of strung out a little bit. You can see what's coming up, pick a line, either high or low, but typically they will not be able to keep it down on the bottom, as Berkey is doing right now, and certainly get a good runoff. So it makes things a lot easier to work with. He's in a little gaggle of them right now.
Yeah, the flip side of that is these guys are battling for position. I mean, back there you got Eric Jacobson, the 88 of Wendell Wallace, and the 3S of Brian Shirley. They're battling for position, but they also know, courtesy of the competition director through the radios, telling them, hey, leader's coming.
Shirley got down and he thought, man, I'll follow Berkey around here, but doesn't look like it's working out for him quite as well.
Back on board with Jimmy Owens running in that third spot. You got a glimpse of Bloomquist. There he is. Scott Bloomquist in the 0, been running that outside part of the racetrack. 5-time winner, defending winner of the Show Me 100.
We've had 10 different winners and 12 different races with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and the two guys that share in chassis technology and knowledge just get into each other right there. Jimmy Owens, a 20 car, and of course, Scott Bloomquist with the 0 car. Let's take another look. Scott way down underneath him. I mean, Jimmy can see that, and Jimmy leans on him hard. Scott actually hits a tractor tire, and that can be devastating to set up.
Again, the battle is for that third spot, Owens and Bloomquist. We mentioned Bloomquist at the top of the show as we go on board with Owens.
I think we should send a cameraman over there at the end of this race to see what the hell that conversation goes.
Well, Bloomquist, I did the math, Ken. I got out the calculator. He's made all 16 previous Show Me 100s, an average finish of 5.68. So it's safe to say he knows his way around this racetrack.
I think he knows his way around an awful lot of racetracks out here in this country. Jimmy Owens once again looking back at him, and looks like the car's okay. And a lot of times they hit those tractor tires, and it'll change the front end setup drastically if it doesn't rip it completely off.
Well, we'll find out if Jimmy Owens, if the rear end's going to be good here, as Bloomquist has caught back up with him.
Is he going to be as
Maybe
nice to him?
A little retaliation,
yeah.
possibly. We'll see. Some great shots out the back. You can see how much he has to get off the throttle to make it through the corner. Again, the battle for the third spot. Owens in the 20, Bloomquist in the 0. And Scott Bloomquist, man, he is searching around. He has run all over this racetrack.
I think he's just a little bit quicker than Jimmy, but not quick enough to get around him. So wherever Jimmy goes, looks like Scott tries to go the opposite direction. Here he's going to get up beside him one more time. Can he make the pass? He's like, man, don't even think about it. Oh, yeah. He leaned up at him a little bit there. Yeah, we're not going to do this twice, buddy.
A little love tap there from Bloomquist to his teammate of sorts, I should say, the 20 of Jimmy Owens, but he did make the pass. I mean, you said he's pretty much set him up. We'll take another look at it here as he used that low line there, fed him a little right rail to say, okay, buddy, I'm coming back by. All good fun in late model racing.
I started to say it before. We've had 10 different winners in 12 different races. but Scott Bloomquist has won none of those events so far this year, even though he's leading on the points. Would love to pick one up. We go back up to the front. Brian Birkhofer in the 15. Of course, we've been talking about Jimmy Mars as well. Those two guys also share in chassis technology with the MB Custom Chassis, of course, standing for Mars Berkey Custom Chassis.
Yeah, and about a straightaway advantage for Brian Birkhofer. Back to second place. Jimmy Mars, there he is in that 28M. So Berkey laying down some lightning fast laps. And right now, Jimmy Mars just pretty much chilling out, running around the middle of the racetrack. Looks like he has no battle from Scott Bloomquist back there, about a half a straightaway behind him. But there is Brian Birkhofer, your leader. This man clicking off the laps, lapping cars every single corner.
Both of those guys working together, and it looks like it's paying off. There is your General Tire top 5. Birkhofer, Mars, Bloomquist, Owens, and O'Neal. It's the real deal. Can he get up there? We'll find out. So far, it's been all Berkey, but he stayed clear of the tractor tires.
It's a car-crushing, high-flying extravaganza on speed. Get live Monster Jam and Supercross back-to-back live this Saturday. It's Monster Jam at 7 p.m. Eastern and Monster Energy AMA Supercross at 10 Eastern, only on Speed.
Welcome to the Car Detailing World Championships, where the Beachtown Buffers will take on Sylvia. And they're off! Look at the Buffers with all their stock, while Sylvia just uses her Lucas Slick Mist to easily detail her car. This isn't even a fair fight, folks. She just sprays and wipes. And the winner is Sylvia.
I just want to thank Lucas Slick Mist for making this victory so easy.
Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head, living out the same old moment, knowing you'd be better off instead if you could only say what you need to say what you need to say.
1 in 6 adults has a mental illness, and we face a stigma that can be as painful as the disease itself. Change your mind about mental illness, and you can change your life.
Say what you need to say. Say what you need to. Say what you need to. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
The fans are having a great time out here at West Plains, Missouri. This is the Show Me 100. $40,000 up for grabs to the first one across the stripe. It's presented by Dart. So far, it's been Brian Birkhofer in the 15. We go a little deeper in the pack. A battle for 8th place. And, of course, Earl Pearson Jr. would love to win this deal, but he really wants some points. He needs to make some up after the previous showing that we had in Paducah, Kentucky, where he had power steering failure, and he ended up in the back of the pack.
Yeah, right now sitting 4th in the points. Does have 1 win. Came at Brownstown Speedway. 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s. You go back up front, Brian Birkhofer already lapped up to 11th spot, trying to put a lap on Billy Moyer. Has Moyer ever been lapped?
How often do you get a chance to do that? Billy Moyer is basically going to say, you know, I guess go ahead, bro. I've got nothing for you here tonight, man. I've got what I've got, and I've got a long ways to go.
Well, you can see a lot of those guys maybe starting to get tight as the rubber's laid down, the front end wanting to push, and they can't keep it on that low line. Moyer would drive it in on the middle and kind of slide up to the middle to the top side of the racetrack. He's got the Neat right in front of him.
Yeah, I wonder if that's not some of the factor as well. I mean, it doesn't have any air on that huge, big, you know, that big shovel nose. Take all the air off of that. Obviously, it's going to get a little tight as well.
Jimmy Mars in that 2nd spot, won at Bedford earlier this year. As we go back up front, Berkey did get by Mr. Smooth. Billy Moyer in that 21, so Brian Birkhofer putting on a show. I mean, he could lap this entire field.
Now, the good news about that is with this long race, if he can get up there as far as possible, you've got to think another caution flag will come out here eventually. But if he can get enough cars in between him, that will at least secure a bit of a lead. And, man, he's tinkering around with danger right there as he tries to get past Jeremy in the 74 car.
Yeah, right in front of Jeremy Payne, there is the 44 of Earl Pearson Jr.
And Birkhofer not really an issue when it comes to points, so that's not necessarily something that Earl Pearson Jr. is going to worry about, but the fact that Scott Bloomquist is way up ahead of him, that is an issue.
Now Birkhofer right now behind the 44M of Chris Madden. Over 125 career wins for Madden. Got his lone Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win last year at the Talladega Short Track. Right now, he'll be going a lap down here shortly to Brian Birkhofer. Just past the halfway point, as you can see, running order on the ticker up above it. Brian Birkhofer, if you're just joining us, putting on a clinic here tonight.
Yep, has lapped the entire field coming up to 9th place in the first half of this race. After 54 laps complete, we are past the halfway point, going for 100 laps, $40,000 to the winner, 20 to second, 10,000 to third, and that man right there with a 15 car is just getting it done.
Yeah, you can see right there, Chris Madden, his car was getting tight. As I said, if you had a tight car to start, the rubber gets laid down. What we mean by tight, folks, is that the front end wants to push. It will go out to the outside part of the racetrack. It will not turn. And I think that's what happened to a lot of these drivers, is their car is starting to get tight, and Birkhofer's just making that car turn nice and easy, getting underneath them.
He has a lot of accomplishments underneath his belt. Berkey's been doing this for a long time and has certainly won some major events. He'd love to add this one to it. He's never been in the winner's circle here at the Show Me 100. Jeep Van Wormen, the 55 car, leading in Rookie of the Year points. Got hard charger 1 week ago at Paducah. Had a good run there.
Approaching 40 laps to go, and it's pretty much been all Brian Birkhofer. Once he got out front, nobody had anything for the 15B. Again, there is Jeep Van Wormen out of Michigan. A little bit of damage on the right side of that 55.
Right side of that car not looking very aero. Right in front of him, the wild man. And there's Berkey trying to split the difference. You got to keep her clean, baby. Keep her clean as he goes around David Brazil in the 54 car. Oh, yeah, a little slide action there.
Yeah, puts a slider on Chris Madden in the 44M, so finally gets around Chris Madden, and it has now lapped up to 7th in that 15B. So safe to say he's the class of the field at this point, laying down some monster lap times. And to his credit, I mean, his car is turning well. Everybody seems to be moving up the racetrack, and he can run right through. Well, now he makes a liar to me, runs through the middle, but he can run that low line, get the rear end of that car to come around and shoot underneath him coming off the corner.
And amazingly enough, we haven't seen anybody really start to close the gap on him. I mean, this car looks as good or better now than it did 20 laps ago. Nothing changing there. 61 of 100 completed. There's Jimmy Mars hanging on in second place, and you know, we'll bring it up again. I think it certainly warrants it when they are first and second. So we go back to Jimmy Owens now, who's in fourth place. But the fact that Berkey and Mars with those same chassis, no doubt sharing information, and it's working great here tonight in first and second.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens and Scott Bloomquist with the Team Zero car, so the same chassis there, and they're running right now 4th and 5th. So looks like right now the MB has a little bit of edge on the Team Zero cars as Berkey again on the back bumper of Earl Pearson Jr. in that 44.
Big gap there between Berkey and Owens. We saw Owens shoot by there. Once again, a good look at Ray Cook. You mentioned it before, a Hall of Famer. Guy's been doing this for a long time, hanging around there in 6th place, and just a couple of positions from being lapped, by the way.
yeah, not a good place to be. You don't want to have to worry about the leaders coming around, especially when you're running in 6th. So the Tar Heel Tiger, who just welcomed his 3rd daughter, Jenna Grace, back in April, in lieu of going a lap down, running in 6th. Say it isn't so.
Right behind the 71 car, the yellow 71 of Don O'Neill. If you ever get a chance to look that guy in the eyes, be careful, man.
Yeah, he is certainly the real deal.
He'll give you the 40-yard stare, man, no problem.
And he is 3rd on the all-time win list with Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series with 10 career wins. And he got his first one back in 05 at East Bay.
Berkey leaning all over the back bumper there of Earl Pearson Jr. Not somebody you would ever think would be lapped. Of course, you wouldn't think Moyer would be lapped either. A lot of the guys that Berkey's already gone around here tonight, but that's what'll happen if you've got a wicked fast car out here like he has. No caution flags for a long time now, so he's able to just rip off some laps. Great sound shot there as well. On board with a 0 car, and yeah, he's still just in front of Jimmy Owens. We watched those guys go at it a little bit earlier. Not much difference there. It was just a little bit quicker, enough for him to get around him, and then he stayed pretty much the same distance.
Working lap number 70, so a 30-lap shootout here tonight to close the book on the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. It is all Brian Birkhofer. The fans have packed this place here tonight.
Well, they know when they come out here for this one, that kind of money up for grabs, it will draw the best. 6 heat races earlier tonight, a couple of B-mains as well. So a lot of contenders here trying to get into the show, that top 25, to have a crack at this one.
Well, like we mentioned, it's a weekend. It's almost a week. I mean, you have to take off work. You watch these guys practice on Thursday night. On Friday night, they qualify, and they run the heat races. And, of course, today, the semis and the big 100 lapper. 66 total cars, $132,000 purse. A lot of big money up for grab as we are caution on the racetrack. Jeremy Payne in the 74 comes to a stop and then decides to continue on.
Yeah, the 15-car Berkey was taking a look underneath Earl Pearson Jr. Brian Birkhofer will lose some of that lead now. We'll find out if Jimmy Mars has anything for him. There's your General Tire top 5. It should be a good battle. We're getting down to the final laps of the Show Me 100.
It's so hard to choose one.
You know, during the Sign Then Drive event, you can get a CC, Tiguan, or fuel-efficient Jetta for practically just your signature. You can get scheduled maintenance at no cost.
Well, there's got to be more to it than that. I'll never doubt you again.
Sign Then Drive is back. Hurry in and get legendary Volkswagen value for practically just your signature.
When I look at you, all I see is guilt.
Your lawyer doesn't have your back.
Another 15 minutes, you would have been dead.
Men have their secrets.
We need to cooperate.
I've been questioning my client for 5 hours. You want to get a waterboard? You're gonna die alone, Patty.
Doesn't everybody?
When you need to ship one pallet or more, one call is all you need. Available inside delivery and free liftgate service. Quality people with speed and reliability. Coverage from coast to coast in the U.S. and Canada. Plus the best customer service in the industry. R&L Carriers, a carrier you can count on.
This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and you're watching the 17th annual Show Me 100 from West Plains Motor Speedway, presented by Dart. Green flag flies. Berkey's going to have to work at it again if he wants to start lapping people. A lot of clean track in front of him, though. I'm sure he'd rather have that.
Yeah, the Lucas Oil A-Main leaderboard, you just saw it there. Brian Birkhofer out in front, Jimmy Mars in second. Then a pair of Team Zero cars with the 0 of Scott Bloomquist, the 20 of Jimmy Owens as we go on board with the O-Show, courtesy of K&N.
So it lapped up to 8th place previously, lost all of that lead as they bunched them back up, but already Berkey and Mars starting to drive away from Bloomquist and Owens and the rest of the field.
And look at that, the top two beginning to pull away. I mean, Birkhofer pulls out to about 6 car lengths over Jimmy Mars, but Mars has about half a straightaway on Bloomquist.
Amazing. All cars set up right there, but for whatever reason, that setup is just way right here tonight. Nobody has anything for those top 2 guys.
Looking back on the real deal, Don O'Neill, the yellow number 71.
Take a look at those front bumper as well. You can see where those things get down there on the track, kind of scrub themselves in just like the asphalt cars. Seal off that right front nose.
Yep, now the top 2 cars running right through the middle of the racetrack. Actually, it looks like a lot of the cars are right through the middle, so the rubber is certainly the place to be right now. It's going to even make it harder to not only make a pass, but maybe run down the leader Birkhofer and get by him.
O'Neal and Ray Cook, two of the best out there. You said it before, O'Neal, the 71 car, third on the all-time win list for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Had his ups and downs, but this year has certainly come back. He's made a nice charge, had some great runs.
Yeah, Ray Cook there in that 53 closes in on him just a little bit right through the middle. You can see him getting off the gas. It'll dump all the weight on the front end and then back on the gas through the corners, down the straightaway. There is Berkey already in about, what, 4 laps, catching the tail end of the field. And Brazil has to check up to let Berkey by.
An aggressive move right there. I mean, I know he's going for it, but he was definitely counting on the 54 car to help him out just a little bit. Man, it looks like they're driving on ice out there. Less than 20 laps to go. The way they've been clicking these things off, it won't take them long.
There he is, Scott Bloomquist, as we mentioned at the top of the show, 5-time winner of the Show Me 100, won it 1 year ago. The only driver, along with Wendell Wallace, to make all 16 previous feature events. Wallace, of course, has won it 3 times, as well as Billy Moyer.
That fire suit, by the way, matching that E3 Spark Plugs logo pretty nicely. A little green on green right there. And it looks like most of them, you mentioned it before, you can see actually the track starting to change colors here a little bit through the center of the turns, where everybody's kind of going in the same spot right now.
Yeah, Ray Cook again on the rear bumper there, the 71 Don O'Neal. That's a battle on the racetrack for position for 5th spot. So Ray Cook trying to apply a little bit of pressure to the real deal, though I don't know if you can shake him up at all.
Yeah, I don't think you really can. I mean, it's one of those deals you just have to be there in case he does slip up and make a mistake. I don't think you're going to talk him into it.
Don O'Neal out of Martinsville, Indiana, 3-time winner of the Jackson 100 at the Brownstown Speedway down in southern Indiana. And there is Jimmy Mars. He's closing in on Birkhofer. So Birkhofer catching up to the back of the 5 car, Eric Jacobson, known as the Earthshaker, out of Seacliff Beach, California. So this could allow Jimmy Mars to reel in the 15B.
Yeah, and they're stacked up in front of Jacob there, so it's kind of checking him up. Looks like Brad Neat got in a little trouble, got a little high up there. Had to check up, get back down on the racing groove. And once again, Brian Birkhofer with some clean track starts to stretch it out on Jimmy Mars in the 28 car. It's been kind of a difficult race here for everybody else, but for Berkey, he's making it look easy.
The Barrett-Jackson Haggerty Fantasy Bid, live from Scottsdale. See the greatest cars and bid on SpeedTV.com or on your cell phone for a chance to win the grand prize, the home entertainment system. The bidding begins January 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern on Speed.
Oh my God. Meet the daring who face down fear behind the wheel. Wednesday.
Oh man, there it is.
These things have the power of an atom bomb.
Oh man, look at that. Look at that.
This thing is just a barrage of lightning.
That's what you work for. That's it right there.
Dangerous Drives. Storm Chasers. Wednesday at 8 Eastern. Only on Speed.
Introducing the ultimate gas grill for race fans and gearheads alike. Hot Rod Grills. The only full-scale engine-style gas grill on the market built with a realistic engine look. Manufactured with die-cast aluminum heads and block, lid, and body. Perfectly cooked steaks and burgers at your next barbecue or tailgating event with Hot Rod Grills. This professionally built gas grill sports 2 stainless steel tube burners, electric igniter, stainless steel cooking grate, and a professional-grade temperature gauge. To order, go to hotrodgrills.com or call toll-free 877-74-GRILL. Order now and get free shipping and handling.
You're in great shape. Look at yourself. Kick back in your recliner with the chips, the dips, the cheese doodles, those tiny hot dog things.
You have to stay hungry.
Because you're not just a fan.
You're a Big Ten fan.
No bathroom breaks.
No walking the dog.
And leave it all on the couch.
But never, ever, ever leave the couch. Ever.
Because this is our house.
Well, technically it's your house.
But you get the idea.
It's been a great night for Brian Birkhofer here at the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. He's been able to lap pretty much anybody that gets in front of him. And of course, Jimmy Mars with the 28 car in second place is just following right on through the pack.
And Birkhofer just got around that 5 of Eric Jacobson. Now Jimmy Mars having to worry about the earth shaker there to put him a lap down, or at least one more lap down, we should say.
Eric Jacobson, 3rd in 2004 in the Western Extreme points. Former regular at Bakersfield, California Speedway. Don O'Neill now and Ray Cook. We showed you that battle before. Pretty much staying the same. It seems like if you get out of the middle of that turn at all, you go the wrong direction. Backwards.
Yeah, you can pass a lot of cars going the wrong way, that's for sure. And Ray Cook, about a car length behind Don O'Neill. He really gains on him entering the corner. You can see right there, he drives in a little bit deeper. But if he can't get back on the gas and get that rear end to come around, it'll push up a little bit. He will lose a little bit of ground to the 71, though. Right now, kind of the best battle on the racetrack.
The General Tire ticker up above will also show us that there's 8 to go here in this 100-lap main event. Big money up for grabs. You love to add this one to the resume. Berkey, I don't think anybody has anything for him. If he can stay clean here, stay out of the lappers, nothing goes wrong, it's going to be tough. Mars pulled up on him one time and might have an opportunity here as he has to deal with lappers again. And every time he has to get out of that groove, it gets a little scary.
A very difficult race to make. We mentioned 66 drivers showing up, only 11 in the feature event here tonight. We're in the event 1 year ago. And Birkhofer could have his work cut out for him right now as Mars is going to try and reel him in. I believe that's John Blankenship there in the 23 car right in front of Brian Birkhofer, your leader.
And he's not giving him any room to work with either. He wants to hang on to that spot. So here we go, baby. Just a couple of laps left to go. Mars has closed the gap significantly here on Brian Birkhofer, who has been the class of the field here tonight. Birkhofer dealing with lap traffic, and here comes Jimmy Mars ever so slowly, inching away at it with 4 laps to go.
You can see Mars, he's driving it in the corner even deeper than the 15B, trying to reel him in. This is going to be his only shot to get by. If Berkey gets hung up behind the lap car of Blankenship, which it looks like he is, it's going to be the only shot with just 3 laps to go for Mars to get by and get the win.
Mars has to keep his composure. It's so easy to overdrive this track, and he can smell it, he can taste it, he sees him right there. And you mentioned it before, he can actually drive in a little too hard here, and it'll cost him, but he is picking away at it. I don't know if he has enough time. We are down to the final 2 laps. The white flag flies, 1 lap to go, and the 17th annual Show Me 100 presented by Dart. Can he hang on? Even if he gets there, I don't know if he can get out of the groove to make the pass. Berkey all but pushing the guy in front of him, saying, come on, baby. And he's going to hang on and get it done.
Wow.
At one point, how about that? He had lapped everybody up to 7th place in this field. That is an impressive run for Brian Birkhofer.
Picking up his first career Show Me 100, and if we've ever used the term in convincing fashion, I mean, that should be next to it in the dictionary. I mean, that was flat out awesome. That car was locked down. He could put it wherever he wanted, and it goes to show. I mean, lapping up to 7th place. Some pretty bad boys he's got by. Put on a heck of a show to pick up the win.
Next Saturday, it's a car-crushing high-flying extravaganza on speed for the first time ever. Live Monster Jam and Supercross back-to-back. Gravedigger leads Monster Jam into Atlanta for a no-holds-barred rampage. Then James Stewart, Chad Reed, and the Rebels of Supercross bring anarchy to the season opener in Anaheim. Live next Saturday, it's Monster Jam at 7 p.m. Eastern and Monster Energy EMA Supercross at 10 Eastern, only on Speed.
The automobile, as different as the people that drive them, but as unique and important to each, they only need one automatic transmission fluid, Lucas. Lucas Multi-Vehicle Automatic Transmission Fluid was developed to enhance transmission performance and longevity on a wide variety of vehicles. In a world that is so complex, with Lucas Multi-Vehicle ATF, it's nice to know that taking care of your car doesn't have to be. Available at AutoZone and other quality automotive parts retailers nationwide.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with Magic Jack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. Replace your phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack.
The UEFA Champions League is on Fox Soccer Channel, the most prestigious club competition in the world, on the best soccer network in America. The UEFA Champions League, all season long on FSC.
The advanced technology E3 Diamond Fire spark plug is the most powerful spark plug you can buy. Diamond Fire technology projects the spark right into the fuel mixture for more complete fuel burn, more power, better economy, reduced emissions, and extended like-new performance. Ask for powerful, fuel-efficient E3 Diamond Fire spark plugs for cars, trucks, and small engines too. E3 Diamond Fire spark plugs. Feel the burn.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has been brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. Geico Power Sports, insurance for all things that move you. And by K&N, the world's best air filter. Brian Birkhofer adds another one to the list here at the 17th Annual Show Me 100 from West Plains Motor Speedway, presented by Dart. But it's the first Show Me 100 he'll be able to add to the list. An excellent job. Boy, he put on a school here tonight. Berkey gets it done, had lapped the entire field up to 7th place before caution flag came out, and then just drove away again on the next restart. Yeah, you earned it, my friend. Well, if you just joined us, let's give you a quick recap here, courtesy of E3 Spark Plugs.
It was Jimmy Owens' quick time one night ago that would lead him to the green flag. Owens would go on to lead the first 18 laps, and then here comes the 15B. Brian Birkhofer using the low line. The car was working good down low. That's where he made the majority of his moves. He would take the lead on lap 19.
Then on the final lap, Mars would close the gap, but it would be Berkey that hangs on, and it's MB Custom Chassis number 1 and 2. Congratulations. Let's get it down to Randy LaJoy.
Okay, Brian, show me 100. You got 400 of them coming your way, pal.
I love Franklin's. There ain't nothing better than Franklin's, man. No, it was awesome. Jimmy and I run 1-2. I can't say enough about our race cars here. It was awesome. Hats off to Don and Billy Gibson for the, they gave us the best racetrack they could. We could race for about 50, 60 laps, and then it was kind of, you just take care of your tires, get through lap traffic. We had a caution there late, and I knew Jimmy was on my tail, so I just I knew Jimmy wouldn't run over me to try to win the race, so I just tried to stay out of trouble. We got to lap traffic again and just drove around there, and don't make mistakes, don't lose it yourself, make Jimmy earn it from the outside or something. So thank the guys from Lucas Oil. It's an awesome series to race for, and there's a lot of good competitors here. And what can I say, man? It's a Show Me 100.
Man, you're the first one to win since Bloomquist and Wallace. They won them all the last 7 years. Now you got your name up there, pal.
I know. When early in the race there, when I passed Scott and I got by Jimmy and I got by Owens, I was like, well, I guess I got a better car than I thought I had. So, but it's a long race here, and the 100 laps here it feels like a long 100 laps. Some places it doesn't feel as long, but then you get in the lead and you're just trying to do your best and keep your concentration, and we'll see what happens, man. But hey, it all worked out. Thanks to everybody, and obviously thanks to Speed for putting us on.
There you go, Brian Berkey.
Here is your R&L Carriers A-Main results, starting off in 5th, but finishes first. Brian Birkhofer, Jimmy Mars right behind him, Bloomquist, Owens, and O'Neill. Let's get back down to the winner's circle.
Okay, Jimmy, how big is this for you and your brother to come here? Like you said, it's a bucket list of race wins. You guys build your own chassis. You guys ran 1-2 tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, I tell you, Brian did a heck of a job. I mean, he was the class of the field. I thought maybe we were going to have a chance to get up in there and maybe lead, maybe have a chance to even win it. I got real tight getting in the corner, and Brian was able to drive in a little bit deeper than I was. Hats off to him. That's just awesome. MB Customs 1 and 2. We've did it before. We just about did it in the Diamond Nationals. So, I'm just tickled to death.
Okay, that's Jimmy Mars. Runs second here to almost a team car. It's in the family, pal.
All right, here's your super clean point standings. Again, Scott Bloomquist up at the top. Really, the top 4 staying the same.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens jumps from 6th up to 5th, and Scott James falls down just a little bit.
The next time we see you, we will be in Columbus, Mississippi at Magnolia Motor Speedway for the Clash at the Mag. The 50-lap main event will be exciting, no doubt. Hope to see you there. This telecast has been produced by Lucas Oil Studios in association with Speed. For Randy LaJoy and Rob Klepper, I'm Ken Stout. Hope you had a great time watching one of the classics the Show Me 100. Congratulations to Brian Birkhofer on a job well done. We'll see you next time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The historical town of Columbus, Mississippi will provide the battleground for the best of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series to work on here tonight. It's Magnolia Motor Speedway, and it's called the Clash at the Mag. They've been prepping these cars all night long for one more thrash. Can they win 10 grand? We'll find out next here on Speed. Hello and welcome to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. This week the action's coming from Columbus, Mississippi. It's the Clash at the Mag, Magnolia Motor Speedway presented by General Tire. A big race here on a small track, but a very racy track, and it is very, very wide, flat, smooth. We'll have some great action. Ken Stout, Rob Klepper, and Dave Argerbright here to call all the action for you.
Fans are here tonight. Going to be a great night of racing. The 50th different track that the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has visited. Johnny Stokes, the promoter here, has done a fantastic job. 47 cars showed up. It's going to be one heck of a show here tonight.
Part of that 47 is Brad Neat, veteran Don O'Neill, of course, Scott Bloomquist. Everybody signing autographs.
Well, it's really neat for the fans to come down here and meet these drivers up and close. And, of course, one of my favorite drivers right there. Actually, a favorite name, Bub McCool, in the house here tonight.
Yeah, driving a Freightliner there, of all things. All right, as we take a look at Scott Bloomquist, it's time to talk about points because although he has not won a race yet to this point, he is leading in the championship points. Will be tough to deal with on the back half of this season. Let's go down to Dave Argerbright.
Guys, what we're seeing here is unprecedented with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in terms of the point race. Every night, people are racing this far from each other point-wise. Now, it's true, Scott Bloomquist has pulled just a little bit out front to take that lead position, but right behind him over the next 5 or 6 position, separated by only a few points. That means on a nightly basis, 5th is trading with 6th and 3rd is trading with 4th. We talked to these guys about how the heat and rancor of a tight point race affects them.
Well, I think it's rough on the guys. You race at night, and if you have good nights, you don't tear up a lot. You know, it's not too bad. Last night we had a little bit of rough night, so, you know, the guys are out here today repairing body panels and stuff like that, and it's 95-degree heat, you know, so it's a little tough on the guys. But, you know, it's all good. It's just long days, and the guys are used to it, but makes it a little tougher in the heat.
Like today, I mean, it's 100-plus out here, and it's pretty tough on the crew, the drivers, and everybody. And if you have a bad night and you got to work all night to get your stuff back together, it makes it tough. But, you know, this is where we're trying to shine this part of the year. You know, this is where we usually come on strong. So hopefully we can do the same thing this year.
After picking up a win last night, it sure makes things you sort of forget about the heat and everything else that goes with it, you know, and it is tough. I mean, you take all the different winners that we've had this year, it's you know, it just goes to show, you know, how tough it really is.
You know, it does take a toll on everybody. You know, there's a lot of people that aren't used to running these kind of tours that I think are learning a lot of things and realizing what it takes. You know, but we're up for it. You know, we just keep hanging in there.
It is very difficult. You think you want a life being a full-time racer, get ready to go to work. And as Scott Bloomquist says, the guy that sleeps the least wins the most.
Yo, absolutely. I mean, these crews put in 80, 100-plus hours a week to get these cars ready. Hey, they don't just show up to the racetrack and ready to rock. It takes a lot of time and effort.
All right, let's go into the first of 2 B mains, 12 laps long. The top 3 will advance. Some big names inside of this first B main.
Yeah, especially outside road number 1, John Blankenship there in that 23. We see Ray Cook in the 53, outside road 3. Not a good qualifying effort for some of these guys, so they're going to have to work their way in through this B main.
Can be very difficult here to try and make some passes. You only have a few laps to get it done. This is an excellent racetrack, though. They've really prepped it nicely. We'll come around for the green flag. The 21 car leads them to the stripe into turn number 1. The 18 car back to the bony Joey Baroni. He goes down low over the rumble strips through the grass, tries to get a couple spots.
Yeah, that's what you have to do in these B mains. Just 12 laps to get in the front as we are clean and green. Chris Brown feeling pressure from Blankenship as they enter back into turn number 1. And Blankenship right through the middle. That 23 car is your leader.
A little deeper in the pack once again. Joey Baroni there with the 18, picking up a couple of spots. See the 53 car, Cook there on the outside, has been a contender this year, and some issues up here with Jim McDuffie.
Yeah, we also see the 34 there of Bo Gordon coming to a stop. There is Gordon. He's going to jump on the gas, try and catch the field. Maybe not.
Maybe he's doing a little stunt drive, a little Joey Chitwood action out there.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to do after you spin out on the track, is to spin out once again, but they get that thing back underway, tag back to the field. So single file restart. Again, only the top 3 cars will transfer on. Everyone else done for the night.
Single file restart here in the B main. Once again, 12 laps, top 3 out, edge of the A.
Battle for that second spot. Jason Cleburne, Chris Brown going at it. Brown in that 21 to get started on the pole is Blankenship, your current Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year point leader, out in front.
Yeah, and ironically enough, in the next B main, we'll see the guy that's second in the points for Rookie of the Year, and David Brazil. So both of the rookies struggling out here a little bit as we once again watch the 21 car of Chris Brown hang on to second place just in front of the AAA.
A lot of racing groups here early at the South's premier dirt track, the Magnolia Motor Speedway. We get a 3/10 mile oval. You can see Ray Cook in that 53 trying that outside part of the racetrack. Now that is the battle for 4th, which won't get you in the A main, but Cook using that high line around the outside looks like he could take it, possibly move into the top 3.
Well, those guys definitely leaning on the grass down there at the bottom line. Typically, there's some big tractor tires down there as they go 3 wide. Great race here. This is for the final transfer spot. It looks like Cook right there might have had the smallest of advantages.
Well, that D8 of Dustin Linville using that low line, a regular here at this racetrack. And he's getting around very good. If you can miss those rumble strips, you can get a lot of weight on that right rear tire and get a good drive off the corner.
And now it looks like he might fall back just a little bit, so must have missed a turn. Ray Cook now with a solid 3rd and final transfer spot.
Ray Cook, of course, a winner earlier this year in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series competition.
Now just trying to make it into the back of the A main, and that's exactly how it goes out here. So difficult to stay consistent. You know, when you talk about the Scott Bloomquist or the 4-time champion Earl Pearson Jr. and their consistency, this is what we mean. It's hard to come to a different track and maintain those top 5 positions.
So just a handful of laps left to go, and the caution comes out. It looks like the 3 car. You can see at the top of your screen there, Shane Knight heading back to the pit area. So John Blankenship out in front, trying to get into the Clash of the Mag. Pretty good payday here tonight for these drivers.
$10,000 hit. Bumping the throttle there just a little bit. Keep those monsters cleaned out. These things producing in excess of 800 to 900 horsepower.
And you can see Blankenship right through the middle of the racetrack. That 41 on the low line. Brad Neat now trying to get to the inside of Ray Cook. That is the battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot. It looks like Neat's car's a little bit loose coming off the corner. That right rear wanted to jump out on him, so he'll move to the bottom line, which could be a little bit better if your car's loose.
Yeah, 2 tough competitors here battling for that final transfer spot. Neat kind of got the opportunity to close the gap there during that caution flag. Keep sticking that nose in there on Cook. Can he take that spot away? Just 3 laps yet to go.
They need a winner earlier this year at Duck River, working that low line.
Right up there beside him. I mean, he's inching away at it. I don't know if he has enough time.
Well, it looks like Ray Cook's car is hooked up pretty good right through the middle of the racetrack. He's nice and tight. That right rear's not wanting to jump out. The right front doesn't want to push up the racetrack. Where the 41, on the other hand, looks a little bit looser. He has to run the bottom. I don't think that car will work very good on the top shelf. And Cook, again, using that middle groove. He's leaving the bottom open. He's giving him racing room, but Brad Neat just not enough to get by the 53.
You can see that track. It is smooth and shiny. Definitely a driver's track out here as it stands right now. You have to be patient as the white flag comes out. Who's going to hang on to that final transfer spot? Right now, Ray Cook in the 53. Looks like he will have the advantage as Neat falls back behind him.
Well, you might want to call Ray Cook the nice guy, Ray Cook, because he's leaving a lot of room there for Need, but doesn't look like Need's going to make it into the top 3 as Blankenship will pick up the win and find his ticket on into the A main. The 53 of Ray Cook gets that 3rd and final transfer spot. Chris Brown in the middle comes home second.
Here's a look at B-Main results courtesy of R&L Carriers. Blankenship, Chris Brown, and Ray Cook hangs on. Congratulations to those as they will advance into the back of the A-Main. Let's talk to our winner.
John Blankenship, winner of the first B-Main. Hey, you're in the A-Main. You're in the midst of a tough rookie point battle, too. This has to make you feel good to get into the A.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I had a good night qualifying and got started on the outside bowl of the heat and just chose the wrong tires. These local guys just drove right past me later in the race, and but we had a good car that time out.
How much does it help you to get on the racetrack this late before the feature?
It helps me a lot because I don't, especially the places that we go and we've never really been there and not got to run there much. It lets us see what the track's going to do and what it's going to do to our tires is the most important thing.
All right, B-Main number 1 is in the books. B-Main 2 is up next. Again, we'll take the top 3 after the 12-lap contest to fill out the back of the A-Main. A lot of racing yet to go. Stay with us with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Everyday life can be a long way from the racetrack. Not at Lucas. Our racing experience and technology is right there with you every day, in every bottle, no matter what you drive. Lucas is blended to make your vehicle perform at its best in every condition. Your engine will run cooler and longer with the confidence that all Lucas drivers have. With Lucas Oil, our racing experience is with you every day.
Ready to unthink the wing? Ow! New KFC Fiery Grilled Wings. Marinated in peppers and grilled to seal in the one-of-a-kind taste. It's the only Fiery Grilled Wing, only at KFC.
Whoa. Did you see the tiger, too?
Try 5 wings or a bucket of 20.
Colonel, are you on the hot streak?
Taste the Fiery Grilled Wing side of KFC.
AT&T's 3G network covers over 230 million Americans. It's a lot of people. To prove my point, I asked Gary here to friend request all of them. How's it coming, Gary?
We got one.
That's good. Oh, ah, wow. Becoming a popular guy.
Want 3G coverage? We've got it. 230 million people in 9,400 cities. AT&T. Get an exclusive Pantech messaging phone free after mail-in rebate, only from AT&T.
The advanced technology E3 Diamond Fire Spark Plug is the most powerful spark plug you can buy. Diamond Fire technology projects the spark right into the fuel mixture for more complete fuel burn, more power, better economy, reduced emissions, and extended like-new performance. Ask for powerful, fuel-efficient E3 Diamond Fire Spark Plugs for cars, trucks, and small engines too. E3 Diamond Fire Spark Plugs. Feel the burn.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. This is the Touring Division, and it's brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs with Diamond Fire Technology. R&L Carrier, one call, one carrier. And by Super Clean. Not just clean, super clean. Killer little puppy down there. Having some fun out here in the warm weather.
Probably not digging the 100 plus. I'm sure he'd like to be back in the air conditioning.
Columbus, Mississippi, Magnolia Motor Speedway. This is the Clash at the Mag, presented by General Tire. B-Main number 2, 12 laps. And the top 3 will advance. We'll show you the starting lineup here for B-Main number 2. Wendell Wallace will lead him around here on the pole alongside Brian Rickman.
AC David Brazil, we spoke about him chasing Rookie of the Year honors inside road number 3. Baggett, a local boy here. A lot of the local drivers going up against the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series competitors, trying to make one of the biggest races at their home track this year.
We also saw the 00 of the Southern Gentleman, Freddie Smith, back there in the pile as well. Freddie getting a win with this series a little bit earlier on, has so many career wins. Both green and black cars leading them around to the start. Wendell Wallace takes the early lead.
Yeah, Wallace got a great jump off. Turn number 4 goes right to the inside part of the racetrack. Gains a couple positions. can see already about 2 to 3 car lengths over the rest of the field. So right now that B1's pretty quick. See if he can hold on. 12 laps, top 3 go to the show.
Right up by the wall as we watch the 21 car working his way up in there. Neil Baggett. Neil picking up a few positions. There's the 0-0 of Freddie Smith. Over 700 career feature wins, and he's just trying to make it into the feature here tonight.
Yeah, he's using that middle lane to the top part of the racetrack. You see Baggett down there in the white 21 down low. Baggett with the win here at this racetrack. Local competitor chasing points as we go back to the battle for third, a 3-car battle.
Freddie Smith, by the way, well into his 60s, going to Southern Gentlemen. Still out here getting it done. It's still very, very fast.
And right now he's showing these local boys that you can run the outside part of the racetrack here at Magnolia Motor Speedway.
Definitely one of those tracks where patience is going to play a huge part. You can't just stand on the throttle as they go door handle to door handle there, because you will just blow the back tires off these cars. So you have to keep it hooked up. Slower is faster.
Yeah, but you can see Baggett there bounce around those rumble strips on that low line. I think that's going to go away pretty quick. I mean, a lot of the track is slicked off right now. We could see the rubber come in a little bit later, but this guy's trying to get some grip down on the low line. Looks like turns 1 and 2, all slick. 3 and 4, there's a little bit left down there on the bottom line.
Not a bad deal, though. As long as the entire track is the same, it's a very racy track, and that's what we have right now. There is a middle groove, there's a bottom groove, so there's some opportunities to pass out here. You know, the other thing with this being a relatively small track, as the caution flag comes out, they'll put a lot of gear in these things too, which will also really help buzz those tires, so they have to be so careful. Leon Henderson puts it down on the grass, brings out the caution. Your General Tire top 5. Stay with us. We'll have more action here from B-Main number 2 when we return to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
The world's greatest collector car event returns to Speed. Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. Live coverage begins January 19th, exclusively on Speed.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with Magic Jack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. Replace your phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack.
It's a car-crushing, high-flying extravaganza on Speed. Get live Monster Jam and Supercross back-to-back live this Saturday. It's Monster Jam at 7 p.m. Eastern and Monster Energy EMA Supercross at 10 Eastern. Only on Speed.
Introducing the ultimate gas grill for race fans and gearheads alike, Hot Rod Grills. The only full-scale engine-style gas grill on the market, built with a realistic engine look. Manufactured with die-cast aluminum heads and block, lid, and body. Perfectly cooked steaks and burgers at your next barbecue or tailgating event with Hot Rod Grills. This professionally built gas grill sports 2 stainless steel tube burners, electric igniter, stainless steel cooking rig, and a professional-grade temperature gauge. To order, go to hotrodgrills.com or call toll-free 877-74-GRILL. Order now and get free shipping and handling.
Fuel TV's First Hand returns with an all-new season. Go beyond the ride and inside the lives of the biggest names in action sports. Join us each week as we circle the globe with another outstanding pro living the dream. Watch an all-new season of First Hand this week only on Fuel TV.
We're back in Columbus, Mississippi. This is the Flash Mag presented by General Tire. Ken Stout, Rob Pupper, and Dave Argerbright bringing you all the action. The 0-0 right there. Freddie Smith trying his best to make it into the back of the A main here. This is the B main number 2. Leading them around is the number 1 car. That is Wendell Wallace, the B1 actually. Top three trying to advance, and boy, things get pretty tight back there in that battle for fourth place.
Yeah, that 6R, the black and yellow 6R right there, corking that low line perfectly. That is Robbie Stewart. A nice move on that low line. Again, only the top three get to the show. We got a three-car battle right now for second.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, he closed the gap very, very quickly in the span of one lap. Now, it looks like Freddie Smith has kind of gotten the momentum going one more time.
Yeah, Stewart out of Louisiana, DeRidder, Louisiana, making the short tow, I guess, up here to Columbus, Mississippi. But right now, that low line for him, you can see right there, really backs that thing in to give him a nice straight shot off the corner.
Have to stay so easy on that throttle. Try and get a run off of that turn right underneath Freddie Smith, trying to take that spot away. That is the final transfer position. Can he get it done? It looks like he has it for now.
Well, that thing is hooked up, especially through turns 1 and 2. He gets a great run off that low line, takes the spot from Smith, and looks like Smith's car could be a little bit tight because he pretty much elects to run the middle or the top of the racetrack to help get that car turned.
Good looking job, but Freddie Smith is not finished yet. As we come out and down to the white flag lap, this will be the last chance. Can he hang on, or will Freddie Smith get back around him? White flag's out.
Yeah, Stewart down low right in front of him. Of course, that is Ronnie Lee Hollingsworth in the 18, but the battle for the third and final transfer. Smith right through the middle. Can he get it done as Wendell Wallace will take home the win here at B-Main number 2. Hollingsworth second. Wow. A photo finish for that third and final transfer spot, and it will go to the Louisiana driver, Robbie Stewart.
Congratulations to Robbie Stewart. An excellent job there as he started well back in the field, back in the middle of the pack. So a solid run for Robbie Stewart.
Wendell Wallace, winner of this second B. What's this racetrack going to do?
Right now it looks like I think they're going to go back and put some water on the top, and I think that'll help it. But right now it seems like the middle of the racetrack's getting going a little bit better than the other spots. Earlier was in the bottom and they're throwing crumbs out. But I think Johnny will water the racetrack, and we'll have multiple group racing here with the feature.
You like this place?
Yeah, I like racing here. Nice racetrack, nice facility and stuff. But, you know, they got to get the racetrack right, and you can race all over it.
We'll find out how they do. I like that little line, throwing crumbs out there. That was unique. All right, come on back.
The Barrett-Jackson Haggerty Fantasy Bid, live from Scottsdale. See the greatest cars and bid on speedtv.com or on your cell phone for a chance to win the grand prize, the home entertainment system. The bidding begins January 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern on Speed.
Not all V-twins are the same, but it only takes one oil brand to keep them running smooth and strong. Lucas. No matter the size, shape, attitude, or how you ride it, Lucas motor oils are specially blended with Lucas technology to improve performance and life of your V-twin. At Lucas, what you put in your V-twin keeps what you put on it moving forward. Lucas Oil, available at quality motorcycle retailers.
It's amazing how a simple switch can make life a whole lot better. Try this. Like switching to Esurance. With our Switch and Save discount, just switch from your current car insurance carrier and you'll automatically get a discount.
Thanks, lady.
Esurance is the only insurance company that offers the Switch and Save discount. And that's on top of all the other great Esurance discounts. Once you shop at Esurance, we think you'll find that switching, is a good thing. The Switch and Save discount, only from Esurance. Click or call today.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. You're watching the Clash at the Mag from Magnolia Motor Speedway, presented by General Tire. Time now for the A-Main. 47 cars come out here to compete to try and get into this feature event as they go 4 wide on the parade lap. Here is your K&N starting grid.
Your front row, Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer, inside row number 1 on the pole, alongside Bub McCool, one of the locals here in Columbus.
Earl Pearson Jr. on the outside of the second row. We'll go back a little bit deeper and find Steve Casable in row number 4, Jimmy Owens in 5, and the real deal, Don O'Neill, back in row 6.
See Chris Wall, the Intimigator, back there. Dan Sleeper inside row number 8, alongside your current point leader, Scott Bloomquist. Current Rookie of the Year point leader, Blankenship, inside row number 9.
And we'll take a look at the rest of the competitors that have worked their way up into the A-Main via the B-Mains, with the exception of David Brazil and Brad Neat, who both got a provisional just to get into the race. So one of them in the hunt for Rookie of the Year.
And the final provisional is going to the 64 of Michael Walker from Franklin, Tennessee. That is your starting lineup here tonight. Let's go down to Dave Argerbright with some final thoughts.
You know, guys, we're going to want to keep our eye on that front row. Quite a contrast. To the outside, Bud McCool. To the inside, the veteran, Billy Moyer, who's won dozens of big races like this. But if Bud McCool in that 57J can hang in there and stay up front, the biggest race he's ever won in his career is a 5,000 win race. He could double that tonight and be a Mississippi local legend forever. In the meantime, the dark horse might be back in the field starting 14th. That 71 of Chris Wall will want to keep an eye on him.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Yeah, that would be a big win for Bob McCool. I mean, this field is pretty stacked, man. You got to beat some pretty big dogs to win here tonight. Mr. Smooth leads them around here as we start the Clash at the Mag. $10,000 on the line. Bob McCool, the 57 car in second place, trying to find his groove.
And Moyer right now running the low line, slides up to the middle part of the racetrack, I should say, as McCool's up there. We got some three-car battles going at it, 3 wide down in turn number 1. And that's the beautiful thing about this racetrack. A lot of racing crews out there as we go back to third spot. Jimmy Cleburne there in the 88C, and of course, Earl Pearson Jr. in the 44. Looks like the caution is out.
And it looks like it's going to be a couple of guys from the back of the pack with those provisionals. Brad Neat, the 41 car, he and the 64 car, Michael Walker, have tangled up. And I'll tell you, man, those cars are wadded up pretty good right there, man.
Yeah, Brad Neat out of Dunville, Kentucky, coming into tonight's event, 8th in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points. And yeah, a lot of damage to both those cars. You can see fluids coming out of at least the 41, but yeah, heavy damage.
Yeah, actually, I think that was the radiator from the 64 car with the water running underneath the 41. John Blankenship also involved either in that wreck or another wreck, because that one's hammered up pretty bad. Maybe that's just superficial damage, and we'll see if we can get that one fixed up and back out. There's another look at Brad Neat as they're getting ready to pull him off the track. Unfortunately, it looks like his night will be done. Let's go down to Dave Argerbright, who has more.
John Blankenship here in the work area involved in that accident. What happened?
I don't know. We were coming up off 2, and Dan checked up there. I don't know if something happened in front of him, and I just ran right into the back of him.
This car's been up pretty badly. Can you get back out there?
I hope so. We'll see what they can do with it.
And you can see a lot of the front end support bars being cut out of there right now to see if they can get that nose off, get another nose on, and get him out and earn some of those precious points as Blankenship is in the hunt for Rookie of the Year. Stay with us. We'll be back with more here in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Speed in HD. Taking your senses into the center of the action.
Introducing the ultimate gas grill for race fans and gearheads alike. Hot Rod Grills. The only full-scale engine-style gas grill on the market built with a realistic engine look. Manufactured with die-cast aluminum heads and block, lid, and body. Perfectly cooked steaks and burgers at your next barbecue or tailgating event with Hot Rod Grills. This professionally built gas grill sports 2 stainless steel tube burners, electric igniter, stainless steel cooking rate, and a professional-grade temperature gauge. To order, go to hotrodgrills.com or call toll-free 877-74-GRILL. Order now and get free shipping and handling.
Mr. Owen, the transmission is going to be a lot more expensive than I thought.
Really, it's not
big job. It's going to take at least a week or so. You might want to consider a rental car. I mean, parts alone are going to run $1,900, and then you add 13.
It's okay, man. I've got Mogi. Free rental car and sushi with my girl at 7.
Don't let expensive repairs hold you back. Get Mogi, extended vehicle protection customized just for you. Insurance covers accidents, but what if your car breaks down? Mogi is the other half of coverage, protecting you from expensive repairs. Just take your car to a licensed repair shop and we pay the bill. It's that simple. We're not like the other guys. Mogi gives you real benefits that give you peace of mind. Visit our website and get the facts. Log on and get a real quote in writing before you buy. Cars break down. It's a fact. But with Mogi, you can keep your car and be worry-free. Call now and ask how you can save hundreds of dollars on coverage. Mogi. Life warrants more.
Don't wait. Call 1-888-783-0314. That's 1-888-783-0314.
Welcome back to Columbus, Mississippi, or Possum Town, as it was known in the old days. During the Civil War, Columbus was a hospital town for the Confederate Army. Many of the old homes were spared. Today, those houses are bed and breakfasts. Anyone can come out and enjoy beautiful weather, a lot of things to do. The people are extremely friendly, and of course, this town is very historical. In fact, Columbus was also the birthplace of what we know now as Memorial Day, when the women of Columbus placed flowers on the gravestones of both sides of the conflict, the blue and the gray, in local friendship cemeteries. It's a symbolic act that began the healing of a nation. Well, the healing here at Columbus, Mississippi tonight has been all about the healing on some late models in the back of the pack that got into a nasty little wreck, including the 41 of Brad Neat, the 64 of Michael Walker, and the 23 of John Blankenship. And it looks like John will be the only one to make it back out here, minus the front end.
Yeah, the front end very tore up on the 23 of Blankenship, but we are back underway. Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer out in front.
The 21 car leading them around. The Delaware-style double file restart. And Earl Pearson Jr. This is where you see an EPJ shine, man. He gets down there on the bottom of the track, always very patient, won't overdrive the back tires, and will hang around up here. We'll have a solid shot at winning. Of course, Mr. Smooth also loves these tracks out here that are very slick like this.
Battle for the 4 spots. Steve Casebolt in the Dixie Chopper C9 up on top. The 17M owned by Clint Boyer. Cheerios on the hood. That is Dale McDowell. So they are battling 4-4, trying to run down Earl Pearson Jr., who runs in third. Oh! Wow! Bub McCool slides up into Billy Moyer.
McCool.
Not McCool. Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll take another look at it here, and he just ran out of racing.
Yeah, he got down there. I mean, just overdrove the turn a little bit. We talked about being patient, how slick it is out here. Unfortunately, just missed it a little bit, slid up, and got into the side of Billy Moyer.
And you got
the car still running okay, though. A lot of sheet metal damage to the side of it, but I guess that's about it. It looks like he could have cut down a tire, but
I'm sure Moyer's concerned about a tire maybe going down there as he got into him there, but so far so good. And McCool still holding on to that second spot. Earl Pearson Jr. there in the Lucas Oil Slickness 44 runs in third.
Up on the top, amazingly.
Yeah, I mean, shocking. He's up on top. And we talked about the low line maybe going away in those B mains. Maybe him and his crew chief talked about it and said, you know, we're going to have to sit up for the outside part of the racetrack.
Billy Moyer doing what he does best, staying smooth here on this driver's track. The 54 car of David Brazil, who had a golden opportunity here to earn some points in that Rookie of the Year battle. Will pull in with a left rear tire that has gone down on him. Keep in mind, he's second in the points for that Rookie of the Year status, and he's second behind John Blankenship, who crashed a little bit earlier tonight.
Yeah, and the crew going to work on the left rear of David Brazil to try and get him back out on the racetrack. You can see that tire wanting to really come off that wheel.
What do you think? Yeah, definitely a lot of damage here to that tire, so obviously some contact somewhere with something. Sheet metal of the car looks okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot of damage there with the exception of that wheel, so they'll get that thing pulled out, put a new one on there, and Brazil should be able to make his way back out onto the racetrack.
Your General Tire top 5 after 6 laps in the main event looks like this. When we come back, we'll get them restarted one more time. It is the Clash at the Mag. Stay with us.
Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson live coverage begins January 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extends the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive.
Are you paying more than $1.70 a month for phone service? Then you need Magic Jack for just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We are now adding over 250,000 new customers a month. because we give you free local and long distance, your own phone number, voicemail, and directory assistance. Replace your phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack for just $19.95 a year. Get Magic Jack at Radio Shack.
I'm a mommy. I love kids. I'm responsible, loving, nurturing. Mama's coming, baby!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
When we left you, it was a 54 car who pulled in the flat tire. Let's get it down to Dave.
A quick stop right there for David Brazil in the 54, changed the left rear tire, but on that stop was very frustrated, telling his crew that Brad Neat and he apparently had some contact. We'll keep an eye on those cars the rest of the way to see if there's any more fireworks.
Thanks, Dave. Dave down there in the heat of the battle, and Brad Neat having his fair share of issues here tonight.
Yeah, getting together with Walker there early, and then apparently getting into the 54 Brazil, so we'll have to see how that shakes out, but and Bub McCool getting a little help from Dale McDowell as we're back underway. Billy Moyer out in front, and look at this now, trouble for the 57.
I wonder if the 57 just didn't restart strong. It looks like he keeps falling back, and a couple of people getting into him. I wonder if he had a flat tire on the restart. Maybe he didn't realize it. Let's see if we can have another look. Tire looks like it's up right there. Oh, the left rear tire going down came courtesy of the 17 car. Yeah, just looks like McDowell just a little bit antsy there as he's trying to get back up in that points hunt.
Well, McCool with 3 total wins this year in 2009 as he pulls into the pit area. 2 wins this year at this racetrack.
That one looks beat up, baby. Of course, the right side damage there that they're working on was a little bit earlier as he got into Billy Moyer. That was a Bub McCool mistake, but the damage on the left rear of the car that we can't see right now was courtesy of Dale McDowell, the 17 car on the restart.
That's the beauty of dirt late model racing. You see everybody and their sister rolling in to help out Bub McCool. A regular here at this racetrack, get the left rear off, get that changed, try and bend that sheet metal straight. He should be able to make it back out onto the track here shortly.
Yeah, there's even another driver over there jacking that car up. That is pretty cool. Everybody jumping in here to help these guys out.
Yeah, McCool, a multi-time winner with the Mississippi State Challenge Series from Vicksburg, Mississippi. And it can get very hectic here in the pit area. You see 7, 8, 9 people trying to get him back out on the racetrack, but he's just hanging out in the car, just waiting for these guys to get their job done.
Pretty much all he can do at this point. Hoping he can get a crack at it after such a great starting position there on the outside pole. Logger by day, race car driver by night. And they'll push him back out there, man. That car looks like it's been through a war, man.
We did mention 3 wins so far this year, 2 coming right here at Magnolia Motor Speedway.
Oh, it looks like Justin McRee having some issues there, and sometimes those guys get a little damage into the tires and they can pull off to the side. The officials will go out there and pull the sheet metal off away from the tire and get them back out there without losing a spot. Not uncommon there.
So Billy Moyer, the 21, is your leader, a 7-time winner of the Magnolia State 100. 2 of those wins coming at this racetrack. So I would say Mr. Smooth certainly knows his way around Magnolia Motor Speedway.
10-time winner with this series is always tough wherever he goes. And how about the C9 of Steve Casebolt pulling up there, trying to take over second position.
Yeah, Casebolt working that low line. Again, Earl Pearson Jr. in the 44 up on top. Doesn't look like a lot of grip on the bottom, at least coming off turn number 4 as we see Dale McDowell take a peek to the inside of Steve Casebolt. McDowell in that 17M.
McDowell with an opportunity here to get a little bit closer to Scott Bloomquist in the points. We haven't heard anything from Bloomquist to start off in the back of the pack here this evening. So some of these guys that are in 2nd, 3rd, 4th in the points, an opportunity here to take advantage of him and his hard luck here to this point anyways. Dan McDowell, one of those guys.
We go back up front. Billy Moyer out in front. You know, we talk about his nickname being Mr. Smooth, and I mean, it's so obvious when you watch him drive. This guy has so many laps, so many wins under his belt. He just works his way around this racetrack. Nothing shakes the guy. We set him a cool try and take him out, unintentionally though, and doesn't shake up Mr. Smooth. He continues on as we go back in the pack a little bit, battle for that 5th spot.
We talked about Scott Bloomquist up in a Scott Bloomquist car, and the number 20, Jimmy Owens, working his way up past a few people along the way.
Yeah, Jimmy Cleburne there in the 88C, and Owens will take over the spot.
Jimmy goes back down to the bottom to see if he can hang close, but looks like right now the top is the way to go. There's a little bit of grip up there at the very top. If you can get in that, I don't know if you want to call it a cushion or not, but
watch out.
Oh, yeah, that's not necessarily the guy you want to get into right there, because Don O'Neill not afraid to get after it.
Well, you heard Don O'Neill mention picked up his 11th career Lucas Oil Late Model win last night at North Alabama Speedway as he celebrated his 45th birthday. Right behind him, we'll have to worry about the current points leader, Scott Bloomquist, into 0, but the real deal, getting it done on that outside part of the racetrack, as well as Bloomquist is, they go nose to tail for that 7th spot.
71 car, Don O'Neill, Scott Bloomquist. Bloomquist starting off in the 16th position. O'Neill starting off in the 11th position. So both guys moving forward nicely here as they battle for 7th.
Here we go up front for the lead. Billy Moyer on the low line, putting some cars a lap down, but here comes Earl Pearson Jr. on the top shelf. Good run off turn 4 as they go nose to tail in 1.
Yeah, Moyer went down and back out looking for some grip. And then, of course, the 44 car had a nice, smooth run through the turn as they start dealing with the lappers here.
And you mentioned EPJ trying to chase down Dale McDowell and Scott Bloomquist in the points. He can gain a handful of them here tonight if he can win this race and keep those guys back in 5th, 6th, 7th around there. But right now, Moyer working his way through lap traffic. There is McCool in the 57J. And in this case, we've talked about it before, Ken. Sometimes it's better to be in that 2nd spot.
Yeah, hopefully the 21 car will make a hole and the 44 car can follow right on through. That's what Earl Pearson Jr. is thinking. General Dyer top 5 after 18 laps. Come on back. We'll keep them running here at the Clash.
Mr. Owen, the transmission is going to be a lot more expensive than I thought.
Really, it's not
big job. It's going to take at least a week or so. You might want to consider a rental car. I mean, parts alone are going to run $1,900, and then you add 13.
It's okay, man. I've got Mogi. Free rental car and sushi with my girl at 7.
Don't let expensive repairs hold you back. Get Mogi, extended vehicle protection customized just for you. Insurance covers accidents, but what if your car breaks down? Mogi is the other half of coverage, protecting you from expensive repairs. Just take your car to a licensed repair shop and we pay the bill. It's that simple. We're not like the other guys. Mogi gives you real benefits that give you peace of mind. Visit our website and get the facts. Log on and get a real quote in writing before you buy. Cars break down. It's a fact. But with Mogi, you can keep your car and be worry-free. Call now and ask how you can save hundreds of dollars on coverage. Mogi. Life warrants more.
Don't wait. Call 1-888-783-0314. That's 1-888-783-0314.
Geico Power Sports. We feel your passion.
When you need to ship one pallet or more, one call is all you need. Available inside delivery and free liftgate service. Quality people with speed and reliability. Coverage from coast to coast in the U.S. and Canada. Plus the best customer service in the industry. R&L Carriers, a carrier you can count on.
Clash at the Magnolia Motor Speedway here in Columbus, Mississippi, presented by General Tire. And so far, it has been all Billy Moyer. The 21 car has been dominant out here tonight. The 44 car right behind him. But some guys working their way up through the field now, including the 20 car. We also see Chris Wall, the 71, who, by the way, was quick time earlier in qualifying. And just in front of those two guys, the 17 of Dale McDowell.
Yeah, nice three-car battle there as you see Bloomquist back in the pack as we go up in front for the lead once again. Moyer trying to hold off Earl Pearson Jr.
Oh, the 6 car getting way sideways there as he was backing her into the slot. Pretty good job for Robbie Stewart to hang on to it.
Yeah, and Earl Pearson Jr. puts a slider on him, and I got to be honest, we're seeing EPJ run that top shelf like he was born to run the top shelf.
Man, all over it tonight. I mean, these guys really threading the needle here with the lap traffic. Yeah, he's got that right rear planted right up there in the grip.
Back for the 4-spot 3-car battle, Dell McDowell, the 17M, Owens in the 20, of course, Chris Wall in the 71W, the Intimigator, working the low line 3 wide off turn 2.
Going the Intimigator because he is an alligator farmer by trade. McDowell on the outside, Owens down there just below him. McDowell having a great season. The shot to move up to second in the points and thing were to work out here tonight.
Yeah, 2 wins, 9 top 5s, 14 top 10s for Dale McDowell. Jimmy Owens, of course, 1 win, 10 top 5s, 13 top 10s. Consistency wins championships. They're all chasing Bloomquist, but a lot of racing left to go here in 2009.
Great to see a sponsor out of the Food Corporation as well. Cheerios on the hood of that car. Bloomquist sticking a nose there underneath the 71 car, the real deal.
That's getting crazy now. Bloomquist down low. You see the Intimigator up there. Don O'Neill in the 71 as well. Bloomquist going from the bottom to the top. And we saw Chris Wall in that 71 a lap before almost smacked the fence, so it's starting to get closer and closer to the outside part of the racetrack.
Great racing here so far. The track definitely dictating where these guys need to run up here at the top, but they will try the slide job move. You can see the 71 car right there. Just, you know, stick that nose down in there. They're sliding up, and of course the guy up high is thinking, man, I hope you know I'm here, brother.
Well, that's what makes Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series racing so fun, especially at a racetrack like this where they can go bottom to top, they can go slide job, they can bounce off the cushion, they can run the low line. I mean, this is an awesome racetrack and a great move right there by Dale McDowell to get back by the 71 of Chris Wall.
Yeah, Chris did a great job of passing, but just didn't have the drive off the turn.
Scott Bloomquist in that 0 car, Bloomquist race cars, and Don O'Neill on the outside in the 71.
We talk about these guys with all these feature wins. I mean, a handful of guys in here with in excess of 700 feature wins. Absolutely incredible. About 480 feature wins for the 0 car there. 1,300 plus starts. The guy has won just about everything out there you can win when it comes to big money.
Nice speedy shot on the front stretch. Is still O'Neill and Bloomquist going at it. Look at that. Don O'Neill almost clipping the fence there coming on turn 2. Right in front of those guys, another side-by-side battles. They've been changing it up every single lap. And Chris Wall and Dale McDowell, it looks like the caution coming out with about 16 laps to go. As Billy Moyer continues to lead, he's led from the get-go.
And the 88 car, they're trying to turn it to the pits, would indicate some damage there to the right front. Is struggling with his. We'll find out if Jimmy Clyburn can get in. There is your General Tire top 5. When we come back, we'll get them restarted. About 15 laps left in the books to complete here at the class.
The Barrett-Jackson Haggerty Fantasy Bid, live from Scottsdale. See the greatest cars and bid on SpeedTV.com or on your cell phone for a chance to win the grand prize, the home entertainment system. The bidding begins January 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern on Speed.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinions, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Tag, presented by General Tire here from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series 10th Stout. Rob Klepper, Dave Argerbright.
Guys, we saw the 88 car, Jimmy Clyburn, lose that right front wheel. We thought he'd be able to put the wheel back on and rejoin the field. Instead, on the hook all the way back to his pit area, apparently done for the night.
Thanks, Dave. Tough night for him. We go back out here. That is the 21 car of Billy Moyer leading them around the Delaware style double file restart.
How about Steve Casebolt? We mentioned him a little bit on that low line there in the C9. He's starting in second spot, has a shot for his first win of the year.
Pushes the 44 car up there a little bit high to try to get into the spot. He does get the spot. Can he hang on to it? Here comes Earl Pearson Jr. right back down, pulls off the slide job, says right back at you, baby.
Wow, great battle for second right there. He shuts the door on Casebolt as they enter turn number 1. Here comes Don O'Neill, Owens, Chris Wall. Check him out, McDowell going 3 wide.
A gaggle of cars back there, man. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. You can tie them all together with a shoestring.
Well, again, Johnny Stokes, the promoter at this racetrack, the track prep crew doing an awesome job. Clash with the Mag, first time under Lucas Oil sanction, 50th track for the series.
Oh, man, that looked like Chris Wall just threading the needle down between those guys. Goes back down to the bottom of the track underneath McDowell. Never touched anybody. That's the amazing part. These guys have such great car control.
Steve Casebolt in the C9 out in front of these drivers as they race off turn at number 4. Earl Pearson Jr. running in second. Of course, Billy Moyer checking out as we're keeping an eye on the Intimigator in the 71. Chris Wall down low. Dale McDowell in the 17 in for Clint Boyer Motorsports, and here comes the O-Show.
We've said it before, but it's worth saying again, these guys have no spotters, no radio, so everything they're doing out here is all by feel. All the senses on kill, sight, obviously whatever they can hear to see if there's somebody else around them, the feel of the car, all by the seat of their pants.
Now Dale McDowell trying that low line in turns 1 and 2. Track picking up speed, rubber laying down, getting faster and faster by each lap, and here comes the points. And Scott Blomqvist says, McDowell running second. The points, you're not going to gain any tonight, man.
No respect there from fellow Blomqvist race car driver and the 20 car Jimmy Owens. You want a spot here, you will earn it. Great racing out here at Columbus, Mississippi. Billy Moyer continues to lead everybody at the clash. When we come back, we'll have just a handful of laps to go. Who's going to win the $10,000?
The world's greatest collector car event returns to Speed. Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. Live coverage begins January 19th, exclusively on Speed.
This is the information retailers don't want you to know, especially now. They don't want you to learn just how much money you've been giving away to retail markups on items you purchase for your home. All because you don't know how to buy like the insiders do at Direct Buy Club, the home improvement and furnishings club with direct insider prices.
This whole direct buy thing has been, I mean, you have to be smart to do this. I mean, once you look into everything, you do your research, you do your homework, it's a no-brainer.
It does feel good to know that what budget we do have can be basically sort of expanded. You know, we can do more with the budget we have.
There's an easier way to do it, and that way is to join Direct Buy.
Members buy top quality name brand merchandise from hundreds and hundreds of trusted manufacturers. So call the number on your screen now and we'll rush you your free visitor's pass to your local Direct Buy Club and your certificate for a free 30-day membership. This is a limited offer, so call now.
At General Tire, there's nothing general about us when it comes to performance, ruggedness, style, toughness, traction, endurance, Tire, the tire choice of living on the edge.
This telecast has been brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, unleash the fury. And by K&N, the world's best air filter. The Clash of the Mag, presented by General Tire. We're in Columbus, Mississippi, Magnolia Motor Speedway with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And Dave Argerbright, we see the Zero car making a nice move here.
Guys, another big mover here has been Scott Bloomquist. Started 16th in the waning lap, fighting for 6th position. Another tremendous performance for our series point leader. Hasn't won races this year, but these are the kind of nights that move him toward a championship.
Dale McDowell starting off in 6th place, just basically trying to hang on here. But yeah, Scott Bloomquist starting off at a pretty deep hole, doing what he needs to do to win a championship.
I mean, slide jobs hitting every single corner. Bloomquist to the bottom, to the top. McDowell up there as well. And man, this is what it is all about. You think about this, folks. 800 horsepower, 2,300-pound race cars are slinging them around like nothing.
Trying to hold on to them, man. They are all over the place here tonight. And Bloomquist really driving that thing sideways. When he gets that car right, he drives it as straight as possible, but it's not an option here tonight. You got to back him in.
Yeah, and that's 1 and 2 in the points. McDowell about 200 points behind Scott Bloomquist coming into this event. 2 laps to go. We go back up front. Billy Moyer has led from the green flag, and he's got 2 to go to take another 10K.
Well, and you know, speaking of driving it straight, if you watch Billy Moyer, he is driving his pretty straight. He just has the setup inside the car here tonight that's working out for him with the white flag out. There's a look at Owens as it is Casebolt who has fallen back in another position. Casebolt with a shot at a top 3 here tonight. Earl Pearson Jr. now battling with Chris Wall. That's a battle for second, but the 21 car leads him across the final stripe. He picks up his 11th career win with a series, 710 in his career. An amazing run for Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer.
Yeah, great run for Billy Moyer. Got out front. No one could catch him. Chris Wall, a good finish, comes home second. EPJ ends up on the podium in 3rd.
Yeah, a great run for these guys here tonight. Tough battle. How about Chris Wall? And a nice run there as he gets around EPJ. Chris Wall starting off in 14th place. All right, let's take you back for a race recap here tonight. The Clash at the Magnolia Motor Speedway. E3 Sparkplug brings us this race recap and a little contact there right at the beginning with Billy Moyer and Bub McCool.
Yeah, and then some more contact from Bub McCool and the 17M of Dale McDowell. There is McDowell as he battled with Bloomquist pretty much the entire event. Slide Job City here tonight at Magnolia Motor Speedway, but it was all about that man, the 21 of Billy Moyer, putting on a show.
Dave Argerbright with our winner.
Boy, I'm telling you, every time you tell me, well, I'm just okay, we're kind of struggling. Here you are. You know, you win this race. Are you surprised? I got to be honest with you. You had a great starting spot, but are you surprised?
Well, the car come around there, it was a lot better than it felt in the heat race. We made a few little adjustments on it, and I think just putting different tires on it felt a lot better to us. So, you know, my guy's done a great job. A couple of my one sponsors from right here locally, so it's great to win right here for him. And, you know, it was fun. I guess you need to come by and tell me that more often.
I'll tell you, traffic to me looked very intense tonight. You guys really had to struggle to get through there.
It was. You know, some of the guys give you a break, and like there at the end, that's his 2nd or 3rd lap going down, you know, and they sit down in the car so they can't see out or whatever, you know, and they just uncalled for, and you're already 2 laps down, not to give a guy a little bit of room. I didn't know how much room I had for sure on me. I just know that when the track's is slick, you just mess up a few little tenths a corner, and the guy behind you is right on your butt, you know, so I just need to get by him and get going, you know. I run the whole race without touching nobody there till, you know, the race is over there or whatever, but, you know, I do the same with somebody. If I'm having a bad night, you know, I get out of the way and let them race, you know.
Well, congratulations on a great night.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll take a look at the points here. Earl Pearson Jr. hangs on in a tie with Dale McDowell in 2nd place behind Scott Bloomquist.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens and Don O'Neill rounding out the top 5. What a great first-time Clash of the Mag with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
This show has been produced by Lucas Oil Studios in association with Speed. For Dave Argerbright and Rob Klepper, I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has come to Illinois, and all the drivers have been prepped. It is stop number 26 on the tour, and while the fans appreciate every last minute of competition, that man's hoping he can win a championship in 2009. The four-time champ is hot on his heels and looks to close the gap here at Pontoon Beach. It's all next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the banks of the mighty Mississippi. We're just outside of St. Louis, Missouri with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. This is the Budweiser 50 presented by K&N, the world's best air filter at Tri-City Speedway. Pontoon Beach, Illinois is where we'll contest this event. This racetrack has changed a bit over the past couple of years, and we had a chance to talk to find out how they felt about the changes.
You're just not at the same place anymore. You know, the dirt's got a little bit of the same characteristics, obviously, but, you know, you don't race the place nothing like you did before. We really enjoyed the big track, but this is a real good racing place, so, you know, we run good here, too.
Oh, it's a lot smaller. Before, this was a big old half-mile racetrack flat, and it was a lot of fun then, but it was hard for, you know, on every Saturday night local cars to run here, you know, because they're really hard on motors. But
it's made it a lot more like our tracks back home in Tennessee now. It's a lot shorter. This place used to be a monster.
The racing here will be tremendous just because of the smaller track. We can get in there and race side by side and wheel to wheel, and that's what I think people come to see.
They've done an awesome job. The facility used to be a little bit bigger, you know, and flatter. So, you know, I'm kind of curious to what it's going to race like, and I'm sure a lot of these other guys are too.
Ken Stout, Rob Klepper, and Dave Argerbright ready to bring you all the action here from the Budweiser 50. We're going to show you some highlights of the heat races. 4 heat races here this afternoon, 10 laps and length. The top 4 advance to the A main. Also a couple of B mains as well that were 12 laps long, and the top 3 advancing in. Let's go to heat race number 1. A little action there in turn number 1 right off the bat, including number 18, Shannon Babb.
Yeah, Babb, your PRC quick qualifier got around there in turn number 1. We got back underway. Again, the top 4 would move on to the feature event. There is that 41 of Brad Neat, the C9 of Steve Casebolt there. The 38E of Dennis Earth Jr. as well.
Some great racing action here, as you can see on the bottom, in the middle, and up at the top as these guys search around to try and find some grip here in the ever-changing track here. Late afternoon, early evening, it could definitely throw these guys some curveballs. When it was all said and done here at the end of the first heat race, it was Shannon Babb, Dennis Earth Jr., Steve Casebolt, and Brad Neat that would advance into the A main.
You see Rick Eckert, Ray Cook, Earl Pearson Jr., Jimmy Owens, John Blankenship, some pretty big-name drivers there having to go to one of the B mains. All right, we'll move on to heat race number 2.
71 car of Don O'Neill out front. You see the 15 car down there of Brian Birkhofer, also trying to get up into that top 4.
And Brian Birkhofer would use that high line to get around the 6 of Terry Casey. That's right, Mr. Excitement in the 6 car here tonight. Up in front, though, Don O'Neill would go at it with the 0. Your current points leader is Scott Blomqvist.
The 15 car, and then the 1 car of Will Bott. Will Bott trying to hang on to that final transfer position. Would get it done. Your top 4 once again, all advances to the A main. The heat results boards, by the way, courtesy of R&L Carriers.
Yeah, Bub McCool, some of the other drivers, Steve Casebolt, will have to go into the B mains as we get set for heat race number 3. There'll be some great heat races here tonight. The track was very racy here early.
Nice and tight start there, but keep your eyes on the 21 car. It was Billy Moyer, fresh off a win just 6 days ago with the clash at the mag. The white, number 28 in the middle, that is Jimmy Mars up high. Jason Fager using the cushion.
Yeah, the high side hustler, man. If there's anywhere to race, he'll go to that outside part of the racetrack. He would get it done as we see the B1. That is Wendell Wallace, and of course the Earthshaker, Eric Jacobson there in the 5 car going at it. But it would be the checker flag coming out. Billy Moyer, Mr. Smooth, Picking up the win, Jimmy Mars, Jason Fager, and Wendell Wallace will punch their time card to move on into tonight's A main.
And again, David Brazil will find himself in a B main along with Freddie Smith as they were a week ago. Let's go to heat race number 4, the 4th and final heat race of the evening. Try and get up into that A main. The 17 car, the 17M of Dale McDowell, who's in the hunt for a points championship here this season. Got him off to a good start. A couple of guys up there brushing against the wall.
Caution there for some debris on the racetrack. The 6 of Michael Kloos up into the fence. As we got back underway, Dale McDowell would continue to lead. See the 99 there of Eric Turner. Brian Shirley into the fence. It's up on the top shelf here in heat race number 4.
Yeah, these guys are looking for some grip, and there's a little bit up there in that cushion, but man, you are definitely playing with danger up there by that wall. The 17M, though, would bring him to the stripe. Dale McDowell gets the win, followed by Michael Kloos, Brian Shirley, and Rodney Melvin will all advance. Kenny Schrader down in there. We'll have to go to a B main. So that'll wind up the heat race highlights. We'll tell you who advances the A main, courtesy of the B mains. But first, let's go to our friend Dave Argerbright.
Guys, Shannon Babb on the pole of this 50-lap main event. He is a great regional favorite, and he knows this racetrack. He is going to be hard to beat. To the outside, Billy Moyer in the 21. Mr. Smooth, the winner of over 700 dirt late model races. This track is going to be the story tonight, this fast 3/8 mile. They got a big rain here earlier, and the track is very choppy. The rain came yesterday. They've worked all day today to bring this racetrack back. It will be very racy, but it's going to be bumpy. It's been incredibly difficult to get into this feature event to begin with. 3 of the top 6 in series points had to use a provisional. We got fast guys on the front, fast guys in the middle, and fast guys in the back. There's going to be a lot to look at in this 50-lap race.
And our B main results after 12 laps, the top 3 advancing into the A main as well. This courtesy of Arnell Carriers, Rick Eckert, Randy Cordy, and Bub McCool in B main number 1. Earl Pearson Jr. not transferring. We'll have to use a provisional here.
Yeah, B main number 2, it was Eric Turner picking up the win. Eric Jacobson coming home second. Billy Fry, your top 3 moving on into the A main. David Brazil, 1 spot out, would not make the show. And of course, Mark Voigt, the points leader here at Tri-City, coming home in 13th spot.
And Dave really brings up a good point. Not only did they have some weather here just the past day or so, but they've actually had a lot of weather here all week long. And that will tend to form a track to rut up as there's so much moisture down deep that'll start working its way up. Just makes it soft and spongy out here. So we'll find out who guessed the best at tires and which one can go the distance here for 50 laps.
No, absolutely. I mean, $10,000 up for grab. And he mentioned a lot of tough drivers here just trying to make the field. 46 cars showed up. If you did make the feature event, well, that's something to say for you and your race team. The Budweiser 50 going to be fun to watch here tonight at Tri-City. A newly reconfigured racetrack in the last couple of years. Some of these drivers here now for the first time with this new style racetrack. So it's certainly going to be fun to watch them here tonight.
The fans are on their feet as the late models go 4 wide in their parade lap. Stay with us when we come back. We'll throw the green flag and get them racing. This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Next to your car's engine, your transmission is the second most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops most seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
Do you feel the rumble in your stomach? Better hope it's your ride and not your nerves, because Bull Run returns for a brand new season, and it's tougher and more intense. If last year's run taught us anything, even the strong crumble when the pressure's on. And this year, it'll be even meaner. We got 12 new teams who think they're brave enough to take on the road. And me. With explosive new challenges, more dangerous terrain, and 200 grand in prizes at stake, you better keep one eye on the road and one in the rearview mirror. I'm pushing these teams almost 4,000 miles to see who cracks first. Then, I'll push even harder to see who survives. And when supercharged egos step over the line, I'm the one who puts them back in their place. Tempers will ignite, egos will explode, and people are gonna find out where their limits are. Think they've got the torque to get to the top? This is Bull Run. Bull Run! one hell of a ride. This February, after the truck race, exclusively on Speed.
At General Tire, there's nothing general about us when it comes to performance, ruggedness, style, toughness, traction, endurance. General Tire, the tire choice of living on the edge.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs with Diamond Fire Technology. R&L Carriers, one call, one carrier. And by Super Clean, not just clean, super clean. Yep, the fans are ready to go here at Pontoon Beach, Illinois with the Budweiser 50 presented by K&N Filters. Everybody on their feet, and they'll probably be on their feet here a few more times before it's all said and done. It's been a very, very exciting season up to this point. Of course, the points battle is very heated here from first, although Bloomquist with a little padding, but second through fifth and sixth. Very, very tight, so these guys need to start making a move now if they're going to catch Bloomquist. Your K&N starting grid is as follows.
Shannon Babb again on the pole alongside Billy Moyer, defending winner of this event. Don O'Neill and Dale McDowell make up row number 2. And of course, Dennis Erb Jr., winner at the Winter Nationals, and the man, Jimmy Mars, make up row number 3.
Your points leader, Scott Bloomquist, on the inside of row 4. Michael Klus alongside Steve Casebolt, Jason Fager, Brian Birkhofer, Berkey back there, along with Brian Shirley. Two very competitive drivers.
You see back in the pack, Brad Neat inside row number 7. 4-time UMP national champion Rodney Melvin outside Will the Thrill in row number 8. Then our B-main transfers, Rick Eckert, Eric Turner in row number 9. We go back to row number 10 to get drivers coming out of the B-main. You see Randy Cordy, Bub McCool, Billy Fry, and taking provisionals here tonight, Ken Earl Pearson Jr., Jimmy Owens taking provisionals. Say it isn't so.
And that's exactly what Dave Argerbright said. A couple of the guys that are in the top 5 of the points actually needing provisionals to get in here. Ray Cook, another very tough driver, using a provisional to get in as well. So 14 rows, 28 drivers here for the Budweiser 50, $10,000 on the line. Don't ever count those guys out, though, by the way, as we'll take you on board with Don O'Neill, courtesy of General Tire. Don O'Neill, a brand new race car out here, won the heat race in it, so it looks like things are working out pretty well for him. Earl Pearson Jr., we'll get to watch him go to work, and that's from the back of the pack, starting 23rd. It's been a while since he's been back there.
Yeah, and EPJ's tied right now with Dale McDowell for second in the points as we go on board, courtesy of E3, with your points leader, Scott Bloomquist, inside of row number 4.
Dale McDowell, not near as many tear-offs on the front of that helmet as we saw just a moment ago with Earl Pearson Jr. To start off 23rd, man, you put some tear-offs on, especially on a track that looks pretty moist out here tonight. Jimmy Owens also giving us a ride outside of Earl Pearson Jr. there in 24th.
And a nice onboard shot courtesy of General Tire with the Richmond, Indiana driver Steve Casebolt, who, if he can win tonight, would certainly dedicate it to his late grandmother.
Guys, a very difficult weekend for Steve Casebolt, who's a series regular with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. In fact, is 7th in points. A few days ago, Steve's grandmother, Mary Bryant, passed away back in their hometown of Richmond, Indiana. And Steve is out here with us racing, very much thinking of his grandmother. The services are later this weekend. So it's a very emotional time for Steve and his family. We here at Speed and with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series family extend our condolences to Mary Bryant and her extended family, and we're pulling for you, Steve, to get through a very difficult weekend. Your family's right here with you.
Tough time for him, and you know, keep in mind, I mean, this is what he does for a living. You come out here and, you know, you've got to go to your day job. His day job is to drive a dirt late model. All right, green flag comes out. Shannon Babb will lead him around, although I think it was Billy Moyer who crossed the stripe first there on the outside. Oh, Dale McDowell has to check up, almost gets into Babb. Don O'Neill, that brand new race car, the yellow number 71, looks like he's ready to trade a little paint.
Yeah, Dennis Erb Jr. down low in the 28, Jimmy Mars on the outside part in the blue and white 28, Urban the 28E going side by side as Billy Moyer out in front, trying to go 2 in a row in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series action. Back in the battle for third.
It's a little shiny down there in the bottom through 3 and 4. Plenty of grip right there. A few bumps, maybe a couple of ruts, but a lot of grip. Right there, a little shiny there in turns 1 and 2.
Shannon Babb from Moyer, Illinois, the 2008 Diamond Nationals winner, the Lucas Oil Speedway, now out in front, takes the high line, gets around Mr. Smooth. The Moyer Missile is your leader here as we work lap number 4.
Shannon Babb, a great guy. You just mentioned him before. So many wins. He's done very, very good over the years. Won some pretty big events as well. 2008 won the $40,000 Diamond Nationals. 05-06 Summer Nationals champ. He's got some big heat on him, though, right behind him in that 21 car. That guy's won 710 career features.
Track in pristine condition, right through the middle. Little rough there in turns 3 and 4. Makes for a little bit of excitement. Nice, slick, and smooth in 1 and 2 as we go back. A pair of 28s, the E of Dennis Erb Jr. and the M of Jimmy Mars, the Iceman from up in Wisconsin. And of course, your current points leader, Scott Bloomquist, as we go on board.
Jimmy Mars with a pretty successful 2009, a fair amount of wins, over 10 wins at this point. Done a good job here. He's had a very, very fast car.
And of
25, I'm sorry, Fager running up there on the very top. I mean, he loves it up there against that wall.
Yeah, I mean, if there is an outside part of the, even if there's not an outside part of the racetrack, if there's no grip up there, it does not matter. The high side hustler is going to go up there. 4 total wins so far this year. Still looking for his first career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win, and he's going to try and knock that fence down.
Yeah, I don't think he had a choice going up there. The second 28, there's 2 28s there, almost nose to tail, but the second of the 2 there with the blue logo on the hood leaned on him so hard, I think Fager had to go to the top. Of course, Fager's like, I've got no real issue with that.
And he's trying to create that line, move that cushion. Not a whole lot really to lead on that outside part of the racetrack. As we go back up front, Shannon Babb already in lap traffic, catching Chad Zobrist from Highland, Illinois. That's the driver of that 78 on that low line.
Zobrist doing a good job to make it into the big show here tonight. Babb up high, trying to stay out of some of the bumps there in the middle. Looks like there's a little grip up there high. Oh, yeah, baby. Scrub her off the wall a little bit.
Yeah, on board with Dale McDowell, looking back at Jason Fager after he throws a little sparks in turns 1 and 2.
Man, it is rough right in there. And again, you know, that is not something that the track crew didn't work on. It's just all the rain, all the moisture that has been out here.
So 13 laps of 50 in the books on board there with Dale McDowell. So he wipes a little dust off of the face shield. Shannon Babb, once again, is your leader. Billy Moyer second, as we are under caution for the first time here in tonight's Budweiser 50.
We'll look a little further in the pack. That is Earl Pearson Jr. Open up the face mask, get a little cool air in there. He's going to pull in for a tire change when you're in the back of the pack. If you want to make a tire change early on in the race, is the time to get it done. The 4-time series champ, hoping he can make a run towards the front. There is your General Tire top 5 after 12 laps.
The world's greatest collector car event returns to Speed. Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. Live coverage begins January 19th, exclusively on Speed.
Whether you use AT&T or Verizon, chances are, at the end of the month, you're going to have some unused minutes laying around. Difference is, AT&T lets you keep the minutes you don't use, while Verizon doesn't. Adios, minutes. Those were perfectly good minutes. Now they're gone.
When you compare, there's no comparison.
Well, they ain't coming back.
AT&T, a better 3G experience.
Introducing the ultimate gas grill for race fans and gearheads alike. Hot Rod Grills.
the only full-scale engine-style gas grill on the market built with a realistic engine look. Manufactured with die-cast aluminum heads and block, lid, and body. Perfectly cooked steaks and burgers at your next barbecue or tailgating event with Hot Rod Grills. This professionally built gas grill sports 2 stainless steel tube burners, electric igniter, stainless steel cooking rig, and a professional-grade temperature gauge. To order, go to hotrodgrills.com or call toll-free 877-74-GRILL. Order now and get free shipping and handling.
Fuel TV's First Hand returns with an all-new season. Go beyond the ride and inside the lives of the biggest names in action sports. Join us each week as we circle the globe with another outstanding pro living the dream. Watch an all-new season of First Hand this week only on Fuel TV.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We're in Pontoon Beach, Illinois for the Budweiser 50. This is an exciting event here. Everybody would like to win this one, but on a 3/8 mile track as Rick runs out there and grabs a little debris off the middle of the track.
And your leader, Shannon Babb, is looking for his 11th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. First of the year. EPJ still hanging out in the pits, Dave Arkenbright.
On this caution flag, we saw points favored Earl Pearson Jr. in the 44 get into the pits, change their left rear tire by choice. Nothing was wrong with the other tire. However, he went with a harder compound. Does that mean we're going to see tire wear be a factor? We'll watch and see.
Well, as we talked about, it's slicking off there a little bit in turns 1 and 2. That is something that will put a little wear on those tires. The other set of corners, 3 and 4, just look bumpy. So we'll find out how things go, but obviously he feels like things are going to slick off here a bit.
Yeah, or by putting a harder compound on the left rear, you can also loosen the car up a little bit. If he's a little bit tight through those bumps, but he feels that's maybe the fastest way around through 3 and 4, it'll loosen that car up, and maybe he can blow through the bumps where maybe other guys don't want to go through there. Maybe it'll be his way to get to the front.
Well, you win 4 championships, you've got a pretty good lock on what you think things are going to do. So we'll find out if it works for him. The 18 car, Shannon Babb leads them around. The man from Batesville, Arkansas. Number 21, Billy Moyer in second place. And then the real deal for 71, that is Mr. Don O'Neill. Brand new ride there. He'll feel some heat from Dale McDowell, who's right behind him as they come back for the restart. Ooh, right up there by the wall, kind of diamonds that turn off and then slings it back down. Here comes the 71.
Don O'Neill trying to get into second spot. He will take it with ease right through the rough part of the racetrack. We talked about the bumps over there in turns 3 and 4. He'll take it from the 21 early leader, Billy Moyer. Dale McDowell now runs in 4th.
And it looks like Don O'Neill's car is not being affected as much through those bumps. You just mentioned it before. Something to do with setup. Boy, he just goes right through those things. Doesn't really seem to upset the car.
Yeah, here tonight, I mean, if you set up a little bit stiff on suspension. Oh, and now Babb into the fence down in turn 1.
There's grip right there in 1 and 2, but there's bumps right there where the grip is. So O'Neill's saying, I'll take the lesser of 2 evils here. Deal with the bump. You can slide up and play with the wall.
Yeah, if you're good through the bumps, you're probably going to be a little bit loose over there in turns 1 and 2 where it's a little bit slick. So we go back to the 6th position, Dennis Earp Jr. in a 28E, and of course, the 28 of Jimmy Mars as we go on board out the back of Dale McDowell.
Yeah, sweet sounds as 800 plus horsepower goes sailing by. Back to the battle for the front. Shannon Babb, Don O'Neill. O'Neill looked like he was closing the gap, but now is kind of settled in as Steve Casebolt comes in. Little hand communication there. Keep in mind, there's no radio contact with the crew members, so they just have to go over some stuff. The caution flag has come out. And Dave Argerbright's down there. Keep us up on all the action. Dave?
Very busy here in the work area. Billy Moyer, who was running in the top 5, in here now with a left rear tire that's flat. As quickly as they get that tire change, we're going to see Billy rejoin. In the meantime, Ray Cook is in the pit area for some service, as is Steve Casebolt in the C9 car. Looks as though a lot of tire wear here. We're going to try to find out if these are going down by holes or being pulled off the rim.
A rough track can certainly bring out some flat tires. Your General Tire Top 5 has Shannon Babb leading the group. When we come back, we'll pick up the action once again with the Budweiser 50 here at Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Stay with us.
Jackson Haggerty Fantasy Bet, live from Scottsdale. See the greatest cars and bid on speedtv.com or on your cell phone for a chance to win the grand prize, a home entertainment system. The bidding begins January 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern on Speed.
Want better engine performance? Want better gas mileage? Do you want to save money? Try Lucas Fuel Treatment. It cleans your engine as you drive. It helps your fuel burn more thoroughly for increased performance and mileage. It also lubricates the upper cylinders. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with MagicJack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. Replace your phone company or add a second line with MagicJack.
We are close to signing one of the most important treaties in the history of this country.
The city that never sleeps
Someone is trying to make sure that this peace agreement does not happen.
is about to get a wake-up call. 24 premieres this month on Fox.
This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Budweiser 50, presented by K&N Filters. Billy Moyer down there with a tire change. Looks like he's going to tell his crew member to pull the nose out as well, or pull it up. Fair amount of rough spots out on the track here tonight. Looks like it has caused a fair amount of tire damage along with it.
Yeah, we really have two issues to worry about. Is we had a lot of drivers in the pits working on their race cars, doing some tire changes. If it's slick and smooth in turns 1 and 2, you're going to have the left rear guaranteed in the slick part getting hot all night long, where you could blister it. Also, turns 3 and 4, it's a little bit rough. You run so low air pressure in these tires, you get into that rough stuff, it can pull the tire right off the rim.
So the guys there look like they're trying to keep a little bit of heat inside of those tires. Billy Moyer pulling back out on the track. Started in second place. Now finds himself in the back of the pack, and a long, long ways to go to get back up to the front. He'll pull back in line there and just ahead of the 78 car. 78 car driven by Chad Zorbist. The restart is official. Here we go.
Yeah, we saw those 3 drivers that did not make it back out on the racetrack, so we are back and underway. Shannon Babb, Don O'Neill, Dale McDowell trying to go 3 wide off turn 2.
And O'Neill says, I'm going right to the front. You know, he leaned on Babb the last time we had a restart. This time he was able to pull it off. Dale McDowell with a great shot at taking over second in the points from Earl Pearson Jr., who's having his fair share of problems out here tonight.
Yeah, Don O'Neill looking for his second series win in 2009. He won earlier this year at North Alabama. Right now, about a half a car length ahead of Shannon Babb. And O'Neill running turns 1 and 2 right through the middle of the racetrack. Babb, of course, up on that outside part, trying to lean on the cushion or almost into the fence.
O'Neill a regular here with the series. Oh, man. Babb up there standing on the throttle like, come on, baby. Grabs a bite, uses the wall, gets the bite, and says, here I come.
Well, that's how you get a run here at Tri-City. I suppose you bounce off the fence. And Don O'Neill right back underneath him off turn 2. But, man, I tell you what, I don't know if anyone else drives in deeper than Shannon Babb as we go on board with your leader.
Oh, man, just scrubs it again right there as these guys are way up high, looking for a little fluff to get some bite. And now O'Neill's going to go up, kind of open up the bottom, and Babb says, yeah, I'll try that out down here.
Great battle for the lead, approaching the halfway point, working lap 20. And right there, you can see Babb's car a little bit better on the top shelf because he pushed all the way to the outside part of the racetrack. As we go back a little bit deeper, 4-4 spot, the high side hustler, Jason Fager, and of course the Iceman, Jimmy Mars.
Yeah, Dennis Erb Jr., the first 28 car just in front of him. Then the 25, the green and black car, Jason Fager. Then the white car, number 28, that is Jimmy Mars. Brian Birkhofer, or Berkey, just behind him with the 15. Looks like he bounced it off the wall. So these guys are using all the racetrack, including the wall. Your General Tire Top 5.
It's a car-crushing, high-flying extravaganza on Speed. Get live Monster Jam and Supercross back-to-back live next Saturday. It's Monster Jam at 7 p.m. Eastern and Monster Energy AMA Supercross at 10 Eastern, only on Speed.
I was devastated. I had to reuse catheters for the rest of my life.
Holly was forced to reuse catheters. Her health benefits didn't cover her for a new sterile catheter every time she had to cath.
I was so sick of boiling and drying and reusing old catheters. Plus, I was getting urinary tract infections. Then my mom called. She read about Liberator Medical Supply. Well, I was nervous about calling strangers, but these strangers, they quickly became my friends. Now I was qualified for a new sterile catheter every time I had to cath.
A new Medicare ruling now qualifies you for a new sterile catheter every time you cath. Call now, 800-965-8754, 800-965-8754.
My advice to everyone who has to reuse catheters, call Liberator. This call will change your life too.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours? 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice? 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Dixie Chopper, a mower that will last longer than you could imagine and costs less than you think.
This is the Budweiser 50 from Pontoon Beach, Illinois, presented by K&N Filters. Dennis Herb Jr. going for quite a ride there through the holes. The rhythm section.
Yeah, the moguls down there in turns 3 and 4. But as we go on board with Ray Cook back in the pack, you can see not much fun working through that rough spot there in turns 3 and 4.
Scott Blomqvist picking his way back up towards the front with the green and black number 0 car. Right behind him is Wendell Wallace. Wendell Wallace hanging on the back bumper of Scott Blomqvist. Again, Blomqvist trying to hang on to that points lead, just picking up those ever-precious points, starting off in 7th here this evening.
Pair of 28 still going at it on the low line. Dennis Herb Jr., a winner of the finale at the Dart Winter Nationals in East Bay, and of course the Iceman Jimmy Mars in the 28M. Mars pushing up a little bit. If you can get through the holes good and keep that tire spin and keep that right rear going, you're going to be good through turns 3 and 4.
And it looks like those holes will actually kick the car back straight. It appears though the car has a push, but it doesn't. And it looked like Zorbris might have been down there on the bottom, pulling out of the way.
Yeah, he was real slow in the back straightaway, so more than likely going to pull into the pits. Finished 22nd here last year. Scott Blomqvist running right through the middle of the racetrack, through the slick part. And here we go up in front. It's been the Shannon Babb, Don O'Neill race.
Down there on the bottom, trying to stay out of the way. Ray Cook in the 53 and Will Bott with the number 1. Up higher, Wendell Wallace, the B1. Randy Court, 00. Randy Cordy.
Yeah, Cordy, known as King Kong from Highland, Illinois, has 1 win this year in Tri-City. And of course, known as a 2-time UMP national champion, 1 career Lucas Oil late model win to his credit. He'll try the outside groove. Oh, he pushes up a little. Almost into the fence, and you hit those bumps the wrong way, could be mayhem, so nice bit of driving there, as it looks like caution coming out.
Yeah, Shannon Babb slowing down here. Race leader pulls up, doesn't come to a complete stop. That's typically the trick. Looks like the right rear tire might be flat.
You know, I mean, you can only hit the fence so many times, and it could cut that right rear, so trouble for Shannon Babb. Wow, you don't like to see that when you're leading.
Pulling in here, we'll get a better look. Sure enough, yeah, that right rear is definitely down, along with a little damage to the right rear. We saw him bouncing it off the wall there a couple times. Don't know if it was the wall that caused it or possibly through those bumps as we were talking about before. It does look like the bumps are starting to smooth out just a little bit. So we'll find out how things turn out here for the tough Shannon Babb. Can he make his way back to the General Tire Top 5?
to bet.
Meet the daring who face down fear behind the wheel. Dangerous drives, storm chasers. Wednesday at 8 Eastern, only on Speed.
Did you know today's engine technology requires a more consistent oil pressure for maximum performance? Lucas Pure Synthetic Oil Stabilizer is a brand new product designed to stand up to high RPMs and temperatures of today's new car engines. Raise and stabilize oil pressure for smoother idling and improved performance. Reduce engine noise and provide maximum protection. Lucas Pure Synthetic Oil Stabilizer. Light enough for an import, tough enough for a semi.
I'm a mommy. I love kids. I'm responsible, loving, nurturing. Mama's gonna be right back. Mama's coming, baby! Gotcha. Huh? What did I just tell you, kids?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
There's some damage on the right side of the former race leader, Shannon Babb, here at the Budweiser 50 presented by K&N. Bounced it off the wall a few times. Don't know if he got in a hole. Whatever it was, it caused a right rear flat. He's pulled in and now, surprisingly, out of the car. So Don O'Neill is your new race leader with the 71 car. Right behind him, Dale McDowell with the 17M. This will open up the door for Don O'Neill to potentially get another win here this season. Dave Argerbright is fast on the pace over there to talk to one Shannon Babb. Dave?
Shannon Babb, race leader, now out of the car. Night is over. What happened?
I could tell I had a tire going down. I don't know, there's a lot of flats tonight. I don't know if there's something on the track or what, but just, was just trying to run around there and keep up the pace a little bit, and it was going down and just blowed out.
Was there thought about changing it quickly and rejoining at the tail?
Be a better day tomorrow.
Better day tomorrow indeed.
Shot at being a politician there.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it was going to be a hallmark night for Shannon Babb. We mentioned quick time. He won his heat race and really was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack to take home the win here in the 50-lap feature. As you mentioned, it will hand the lead over to Don O'Neill in that 71 car, and he's been pretty fast as well, so it's going to be fun to watch Dale McDowell and the rest of these guys trying to run down that 71. So single file restart once again with our new leader, the real deal, Don O'Neill. Green flag is out. We're back underway here at Tri-City.
So a great onboard shot there, courtesy of Don O'Neill. Whoever made the decision to put that on his car looking backwards is obviously on it here tonight because the entire field is back behind him.
And look at that. Most of the drivers through 3 and 4 running the bottom to the middle. Jason Fager, I think I'll go to the top side.
Very comfortable up there. Dale McDowell currently in second place. Hanging on, making a strong run. Out of Chickamauga, Georgia. Won the World 100 back in 2005.
And you can see Fager really driving it in deep, having to get that car nice and sideways to keep the right rear out of the fence. All the way around the Tri-City Speedway as Dennis Erb Jr. runs through the middle in that 4th spot. Fager doing a great job to try and bring that top shelf in. He's really the only guy trying to do it right now.
You can just hear those engines screaming. They sound so sweet. Ooh, still a little rough there, coming out of number 4.
Yeah, Dennis Erb Jr. right there in that 4th spot, the 28E. Trying to reel in Jason Fager.
Yeah, the car just looks a little tight. He dives in nice and low, then it pushes up through the bumps and high on the exit.
Here we go up front. Dale McDowell taking a peek to the inside of Don O'Neill. O'Neill in the 71. McDowell, of course, driving for Clint Moyer as we go on board with the Cheerios Dollar General sponsored 17M of Dale McDowell trying to get by Don O'Neill. That's the battle for the lead here with about 15 laps to go.
And Don O'Neill, woo, right there. I was just going to say it's been perfect, but he made a little bobble, opened up the door. McDowell said, man, I want it bad. Kind of tags back at him a little bit. That might light a little fire under O'Neill.
Oh, now the caution comes out. We got one stop that looks like the 41 of Brad Neat bringing out the caution. So this will make it a little bit interesting here in the closing laps.
Brad Neat's had a couple of tough weeks, man. A lot of body panels on that car. Left side looks brand new. There's a look back at it. Dale McDowell closing the gap there. Unfortunately for O'Neill, well, there's a look at it right there on board, too.
Whoops.
So let's see if they can get Brad Neat fixed up here. There's your General Tire top 5. A great battle between O'Neill and McDowell.
This is the information retailers don't want you to know, especially now. They don't want you to learn just how much money you've been giving away to retail markups on items you purchase for your home. All because you don't know how to buy like the insiders do at Direct Buy Club, the home improvement and furnishings club with direct insider prices.
This whole Direct Buy thing has been, I mean, you have to be smart to do this. I mean, once you look into everything, you do your research, you do your homework, it's a no-brainer.
It does feel good to know that what budget we do have can be basically sort of expanded. You know, we can do more with the budget we have.
There's an easier way to do it, and that way is to join Direct Buy.
Members buy top quality name brand merchandise from hundreds and hundreds of trusted manufacturers. So call the number on your screen now and we'll rush you your free visitor's pass to your local Direct Buy Club and your certificate for a free 30-day membership. This is a limited offer, so call now.
We live in a dirty, greasy, grimy world. Not for long. Super clean. Not just clean, super clean.
When you need to ship one pallet or more, one call is all you need. Available inside delivery and free liftgate service. Quality people with speed and reliability. Coverage from coast to coast in the U.S. and Canada. Plus the best customer service in the industry. R&L Carriers, a carrier you can count on.
Welcome back to Pontoon Beach, Illinois, as we get them lined up one more time. Another restart. The Budweiser 50 presented by K&N Filters. Great battle up at the front between O'Neill and McDowell. There's a good look at Brian Birkhofer.
Yeah, Berkey finished up 5th 1 year ago, and we've seen some great battles all over this racetrack, as I do believe Brian Shirley, the 3-car down in the pits, looks like he is climbing out and done for the night, and our own Dave Arkwright is there.
Brian Shirley out of the race car, out of the race. What happened first of all?
Oh, nothing really. Our car, we just kind of missed the setup here. We don't really know. It wasn't in my book to really set up for kind of a cornfield racetrack, so I know they got a lot of rain, but I think they shouldn't have watered it when we got here because it's real bad. I mean, everybody's got a race on it. We didn't hit it tonight.
16 laps left. Is attrition going to be a big problem with the leaders? We've seen tires pulled off rims. We've seen flat tires, that kind of thing. Is the drama over yet?
I don't think so. Heck, it could come down to the last lap of the guy leading the race popping a tire. It's just you don't know what to expect, and I'm out there riding around in tent and just wearing and tearing for no reason. It'd be one thing if we were up there in the top 2 or 3, but it just ain't worth it from back there.
So Brian Shirley throwing the towel in, calling it a night. The top 2 guys, though, top 3 guys, certainly not doing that. Fager's been hanging on to the spot here. Mars in 5th. Dennis Erb Jr. in 3rd. Work your way forward. That is Dale McDowell, who's really been leaning on our leader, Don O'Neill.
Yeah, literally leaning on him. Got into him at least once that we've seen, you know. But yeah, just some great battles out there. And as Shirley mentioned, it is a very, I guess, interesting racetrack here tonight. You got slick and smooth in turns 1 and 2. You got a little bit rough in turns 3 and 4. And if you're not set up for the rough stuff, you can hurt your race car. But like he did mention, it's the same for everybody. It's more exciting for the fans, in my opinion, to have a little bit of roughness out there. Get to see that left front jump up in the air, these guys all over the racetrack. So makes it more fun for the fans to watch. But I got to be honest, behind the wheel sometimes probably not too much fun.
We'll bring them around one more time to get them restarted. The 50-lap main event. Nose to tail a little deeper in the back. Don with a great start.
And you can see Jason Fager again, the green and white, black number 25 on the top shelf as McDowell takes a peek to the inside of O'Neill for the lead. Fager again, the only guy trying to knock down the fence on the outside part of the racetrack.
Wendell Wallace just below Brian Birkhofer. Birkhofer with the 15B. Berkey, as he's known, another just outstanding late model driver.
37 laps complete, 13 to go. You can see the E3 spark plugs ticker across the top. As we go on board with Jimmy Owens, the Newport Nightmare looking at the 24 there, Rick Eckert.
Nice onboard shot as he's trying to pick up yet some more positions. Steers clear of some of the bumps. Cook right off the front bumper. He's already had a great charge coming from 24th up to 11th place.
We go back towards the front, the battle for third. Dennis Erb Jr. down low in the 28E. Of course, Jason Fager up on top, the high side hustler. Has he even run the bottom tonight? Has he even seen the bottom of the racetrack?
I just saw mud fall off the right rear quarter of that car. I think he's literally scraping it off the wall.
So Fager there, almost into the fence as the 28M of Jimmy Mars.
Look at the right rear quarter. He probably is scraping it off.
Wow.
It's about to rip the rear wing off, so fair amount of damage to the right rear Fager's car to be expected here tonight.
So again, Fager in the 25, the 28, that 28, that is Jimmy Mars. And then we got a glimpse of Brian Birkhofer in the 15B.
Still some great side-by-side racing out here on this racetrack. This guy's scrapping for every position. Fager comes right down underneath Berkey, gets into the nose of Mars.
Oh, wow. Brian Birkhofer with a great move. Gets by Mars and Fager in the same corner and begins to pull away as he almost gets loose there in turn number 2.
Yeah, over-rotating, almost lost them both. All right, stay with us.
Speed in HD. Taking your senses into the center of the action.
Ready to unthink the wing? Ow! New KFC Fiery Grilled Wings. Marinated peppers and grilled to seal in the one-of-a-kind taste. It's the only fiery grilled wing, only at KFC.
Whoa.
Did you see the tiger too?
Try 5 wings or a bucket of 20.
Colonel, are you on the hot streak?
Taste the fiery grilled wing side of KFC.
Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head, living out the same old moment, knowing you'd be better off instead if you could only say what you need to say what you need to say.
1 in 6 adults has a mental illness, and we face a stigma that can be as painful as the disease itself. Change a mind about mental illness, and you can change a life.
Say what you need to say. Say what you need to. Say what you need to. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. This is the Budweiser 50 presented by K&N. And I'll tell you, man, it has been wild back here in the pack.
Brian Birkhofer, Jimmy Mars, Jason Fager there in the 25, and you can throw the B1 of Wendell Wallace into the mix as well. Wallace running in 7th spot, Cordy back in 8th, Blomqvist in 9th, Eckert rounding out your top 10. Some great battles throughout this entire event as we're closing in on the final handful of laps. Again for 6th spot, Fager in the 25, and here comes Wendell Wallace.
Amazing to see all the green cars out here. Wendell Wallace, Fager, Blomqvist, Owens. And all these guys running a color that was so taboo a few years ago when it came to racing. Don O'Neill, though, no green on that car. It's all yellow, and he's all out front.
Looking for his 12th career Lucas Oil late model win. His first one came back in East Bay in 2005, and right now no one has anything for that 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana. Of course, the real deal. Well, he's certainly the real deal here tonight.
Looks like McDowell might have something for him a little bit earlier on, but now has fallen back a bit. The 28 car, Jimmy Mars, with a solid 08, had 50 starts, 16 wins, 30 top 5s, including the National 100 where he won $30,000.
Again, Randy Cordy there in that 00 car. Wendell Wallace in the B1 with just 3 laps to go. Still battling for position, but out in front, Don O'Neill. Nice look out of the back of the 71 car.
I'm going to say he's pretty safe right now if it goes green the rest of the way. Kind of in the groove. Man, these guys are still really fighting for this track. Dale McDowell back there in 2nd place looking out of the back of his car. That is Dennis Erb Jr. giving him pressure, but there's no pressure on that man. White flag's out.
Yeah, Don O'Neill, we mentioned, celebrated his 45th birthday 1 week ago by winning in North Alabama. Trying to get it done here tonight in the Budweiser 50. Final time through turns 3 and 4.
And his 12th career win in the series to Mr. Don O'Neill. Excellent job. See the crew pretty happy there as well. The brand new car providing some results right off the bat. Plenty of fireworks here. When we come back, we'll talk to our winner. Stay with us.
The world's greatest collector car event returns to Speed. Don't miss your only chance to see these treasures cross the block live. Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale. Live coverage begins January 19th, exclusively on Speed.
Welcome to the Car Detailing World Championships, where the Beachtown Buffers will take on Sylvia. And they're off! Look at the Buffers with all their stuff, while Sylvia just uses her Lucas Slick Mist to easily detail her car. This isn't even a fair fight, folks. She just sprays and wipes. And the winner is Sylvia.
I just want to thank Lucas Slick Mist for making this victory so easy.
Next Saturday, it's a car-crushing high-flying extravaganza on Speed for the first time ever. Live Monster Jam and Supercross back-to-back. Gravedigger leads Monster Jam into Atlanta for a no-holds-barred rampage. Then James Stewart, Chad Reed, and the Rebels of Supercross bring anarchy to the season opener in Anaheim. Live next Saturday, it's Monster Jam at 7 p.m. Eastern and Monster Energy EMA Supercross at 10 Eastern, only on Speed.
Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has been brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. K&N, the world's best air filter. And by E3 Spark Plugs with Diamond Fire Technology. It's a great run here tonight for that man. The 71 car of Don O'Neill made a hard charge. After Shannon Babb pulled in, he was handed the lead. Looked like he might take it away there a couple times, but once he got it, I'll tell you, he did not give it up. He was tough here tonight. Here is our race recap. Let's show you what happened. Right off the bat, Shannon Babb, the number 18 car, got it going. Billy Moyer in second place.
Yeah, a lot of great racing side by side, guys down low, guys up on top, and of course Don O'Neill playing with Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer, and of course your early leader, Shannon Babb, bouncing through the ruts down there in turn number 3, but it was Billy Moyer, one of the first cars to pull into the pits and make a tire change.
Don O'Neill, the 71 car, leaning hard on the 18 of Shannon Babb, and Shannon Babb, even though he was using the wall, would maintain the position a little back further. These guys battled hard for second, third, and fourth place, and eventually it would be Shannon Babb who'd pull in with a right rear. That would give the lead to the 71 car.
Don O'Neill, the class of the field, as we saw Scott Blomquist, point that are trying to race his way to the front, but it was all about Don O'Neill and Dale McDowell going at it. Brad Need, another driver to pull into the infield. This race is all over this racetrack. Jason Fager, one of the only drivers trying to run that high line after Babb pulled in.
Yeah, and a fair amount of damage to the right rear quarter of Jason's car. It would take its toll. When the checkered flag came out, it was the 71 car who hung on to the position.
Yeah, O'Neill coming into this event 5th in the points.
Fire suit looks like it might be brand new too. That thing's nice
Yeah.
and clean out there tonight.
Yeah, brand new race car, as we mentioned. A great way to kick it off here by winning the Budweiser 50 at Tri-City Speedway.
The fans obviously waiting for a winner interview. Here's the R&L Carriers results. Don O'Neill followed by Dale McDowell, who hung on to second. Dennis Erb Jr. with a great run. Brian Birkhofer and Jimmy Mars round out that top 5.
And a good run for the O-Show. Jimmy Owens started 24th as hard charger of the night, finished up in 11th spot. If you take a look at the rest of the field, a lot of these drivers ended up in the pits, but the man of the hour, the real deal, Don O'Neill, is standing down in victory lane with Dave Argabright.
Boy, Don O'Neill, winner of this race. I didn't know you could hold your breath for 50 laps. You can almost see you tiptoeing to try to save those tires. Is that right?
Yeah, when me and Babb got to racing there, I had to make myself, just sort of slow the pace down because it was going to be hard to finish the way we was racing, there. And so, I just tried to drive straight through the hose and not try to run sideways through them, make sure we kept all the tires on the wheels. So,
with all the drama we had with flat tires and so forth, those last few laps, talk about thinking about all the things that could happen trying to win this race.
Well, it's not like I kept hearing somebody behind me, it sounded like, so I don't know if it was or not, but, I just know as long as I hit my marks there, that was the best line, and there really wasn't anything else out there.
Great night to win a race and a great night for points.
Oh, yeah, we have to thank the whole Masterbuilt bunch. Rum Racing, United Marketing, Hanzo Logistics, and Superior Cleaning, and J. Dickens Race Engines. We have to thank them all.
Congratulations on a great night of racing.
Thank you.
Dale McNally, a tough second-place run tonight. You thought you had something for him right there at the end.
Well, I did. He's on a little bit different tire combination than we were and a little softer, so I didn't want to see that last caution. Just had started working it there a little bit, and that last caution, I think everything just fell his way. Hey, it was his night. It was a good run for us, so we'll take this one and see what we can dig out of the bag for the next one.
This was a really tough night, and the 3 of the top 6 guys had to use a divisional to get in. How much does it help you point-wise?
Well, I mean, it always helps, but I've point raced before, and so I try not to worry about it, have fun with it. If you let those points eat at you, you don't have any fun. So I just race every race as it is, and if we do our job, then they'll stack up at the end of the year, and we'll get rewarded for, our accomplishments. And if not, then we'll know we've got to work harder.
Good run for second place.
Thank you very much.
Dennis Erb, a hard-fought third place here tonight with this Lucas Oil race.
Yeah, it was pretty rough out there. We had to dodge the holes and keep the car underneath us and try to keep it as smooth as possible. We come in, later on in the race, the car really started getting good, and we're challenging there for a second, so we're happy with the run here tonight.
You're from here in the Midwest and get an opportunity to run this racetrack now and again. How much does that help you on a night like this?
Very much. We were here a couple weeks ago for UMP Summer Nationals, and we had some time around here, 40-lap race there, so that helped us out a lot. So every time we can get down here and get some laps on a place, it always helps out.
Congratulations on a great finish.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a look at our super clean point standing. Scott Blomquist still ahead. Dale McDowell does make up some ground on him. More importantly, gets around Earl Pearson Jr.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens and Don O'Neill round out your top 5. A great night here at Tri-City.
This telecast has been produced by Lucas Oil Studios in association with Speed. For Dave Argerbright and Rob Klepper, I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.